So we're going to use the chat today to remind you of all sorts of details, like what time lunch is, how long is the lunch break, things like that. We'll post those details in the chat and keep you posted so you can be super successful. Right now, we want you to just kind of get ready. We're going to be turning it over to the main room pretty soon. We have an incredibly exciting morning for you. If you want to get coached, I'll just remind you, you're going to raise your digital hand. Maria is clapping. Maybe she's thinking she wants to get coached today. So you're going to raise those digital hands. We're going to send that information over to Brooke so she can call on you. Awesome. Okay. And I just had a special delivery and got information that Brooke will be joining us 2 times today. So she's going to come hang out back here with me and spend time with you. So we are going to see her twice today. So at the beginning of lunch, she's going to be here. So for some of you, or I'm going to encourage all of you, if you can hang out at the beginning of lunch a little bit longer, we're going to have some time with Brooke. And that's going to be really, really special. And then we will see her again, I believe, at the end of the day. So, okay, thank you so much. So fabulous, fantastic, yay, amazing, amazing. So you are ready. So let's go ahead and have you all take a moment to create your intention for this morning's session. Jot it down. Type it in the chat. What is your intention for you? Not anyone else, but for you. What are you intending to take from this experience this morning? Be present, learn, absorb everything, to be on fire, to have clarity, to be engaged, to be bold, internal growth, to stretch myself, to apply it, to believe I can do it, to be brave, open to possibilities, to have a breakthrough, to be fearless. I believe that's possible for all of you. I can't wait to see what happens for you in this morning's session. Have a great morning, and I am going to turn it over to the main room and our programming. I'll see you a little bit later.
Where's the music? Music. This song? Good morning! Life Coach Live! What's up? Okay, so come on everybody, get in. Get in, and get in, get in. Fill in all these spaces. We want to make sure that everybody has somewhere to sit today. This is a very exciting day. So, how are we all feeling? Good? Excellent. Excellent. It is technically day 2, but we're not going to have any of that day 2 energy. We're still going to be completely high for this day 1 as far as we're concerned. So, again, I want to encourage you to show up fully. They actually put on the card, like, don't get pulled into work and other distractions, but I heard a rumor from someone that it is Saturday. I cannot confirm or deny this, but I did hear that it is Saturday. So hopefully work won't be an issue. Hopefully you'll be able to be fully present and be here with us today and really be here for yourself, right? This is for y'all, all right? So stay with us, stay focused, stay present. Brooke is going to come out here, coach her little heart out like she did yesterday. It's going to be amazing. And if you need extra copies of the workbook, this came up yesterday, we have them in the back of the room, so just let us know. Otherwise, let's get started, everyone. Have a fabulous day.
Okay, for all of you who are nervous about speaking, it's real.
Somebody tell me what they're afraid of. Embarrassment, failing. How many of us don't take chances because of a little heart quickening?
I spent most of my life wishing I was someone else, but I've learned that I am completely worthy as I am.
When your house is toxic, when you're going through a divorce, when things are so heavy, this is why life coaching matters. Because all of those things that I talked about are all things that I overcome. Life coaching is the shit.
For me, I believe confidence comes from experience any emotion. I want new flavors of terror, ongoing.
Let's go! You guys ready? Are you ready? Yeah! All right! Let's go! All right. Day 2. Okay, let's get going. We have so much work to do today. But I want to start. Okay, can I tell you about the lipstick on my cheek? I was aggressively accosted on the way out here by my CEO. And now I have lipstick on my cheek. Do we need to handle this? It needs to be handled? We should make Erica come solve it. I was like, what is happening? This is rich people shit right here. All of a sudden, a person just appears and solves your problems. It's amazing. I love it. I would love to start with some insights. I'd love to start with some ahas. I'd love to start with where your head is at. So why don't you guys come up? Because we want to make sure we get you on the mics. I think it's so interesting how when I teach a thing like this, I have so many insights. I made so many decisions yesterday. So powerful. So let's do brief, right? Just brief insights so everyone can kind of get a chance. Go ahead.
Is Kimmery Newsom. And one of the insights that I had was when you talked about in the notebook, whose possibilities or anybody's possibilities bigger than yours? And I said no. And the reason I say no is because my possibilities are mine, and they're astronomical, regardless of however anybody else is. Anybody else is, you know, so, yeah. So that's the answer to that question, but I just wanted to make that known. Yeah.
All right, over here.
Hi, Brooke. Hi, everyone. I'm amazed. I'm a doctor as well, like many of us in the audience, and I think that we're so used to kind of coaching our patients. But when we're watching, I feel like, oh, wow, this makes sense. I get it. I'm going to apply the same model to my husband where my relationship feels damaged. And then I step away and I still make my same excuses. And I can't get my mind back to what I see so obviously when you coach people up there. So what's amazing is that when we're on the outside, we can all really visualize it. It's perfect. It makes sense. Why not? And then I think many of us walk away like, okay, that was a tenuous grasp. How do I apply that again?
Yeah.
So.
And we're going to talk more about that on day 3, but you can just decide this was the event that changed my life forever. You really can just make that.
I know. It sounds so easy. Simple but not easy. I could have. It is so easy.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. Okay, thank you. What do you have?
You said yesterday that it was fear or courage. This is terror.
Terror.
So, right. So you said if fear over courage or courage over fear, so I'm here.
So you're here.
I'm here.
I love it.
This was what I had to
Let's
do.
go.
Let's just stand up and use my
I
voice.
appreciate it. Well done. Courage doesn't feel good. Courage sounds like a positive word, but it doesn't feel good because you have to have fear in order to have courage. Go ahead.
topic I was going to share.
Let's go.
Yesterday, this morning I'm doing a lot of writing at breakfast. My hand's about to fall off from all the note taking, but I realized that my husband and I are currently separated, trying to figure out what we're doing in our marriage, and I keep focusing on wanting him to put in the work and change and be, not be in and out and be all in. And I literally just realized this morning, like, I'm afraid to be all in. I haven't been all in.
It only takes one person to make a relationship amazing.
Yeah.
You got this.
Thank you.
Good job. Yes.
Well, I will just say this work is amazing, and I have been telling myself the story that I have been struggling for something. My husband and I have a business together. I'm a style coach. We have a women's clothing boutique, and I've been feeling the pull to do more of my style coaching, but he wants me, quote unquote, in the boat with the boutique. And so I've been struggling and making myself wrong and holding myself small because I realized yesterday I'm not making the decision to step into my power. And I went at lunch yesterday and took myself through the model. I'm like, oh my God, I see it. And I have been, like I said, telling myself the story over and over and over, and I feel like I'm hitting my head against a brick wall. I'm like, it was easy.
Yes.
I had made it hard.
It's so easy. Well done. Yes. Let me go to Zoom. Pull someone up on Zoom. Hi. It's a double-handed wave. Okay, go ahead while they're pulling someone up.
I have been resurrected. Thank you.
We're in church.
What an amazing experience. I don't know if you remember me, but the very first time that you did Life Coach, not live, but you did it in person in California. And I was that little black girl that was there with all the other ladies, sticking out like a sore thumb. But what I want to tell you is that you told me that I was afraid to be seen. Not anymore, because I've been resurrected.
Yes.
Has anybody here been resurrected?
Let's go. I love it. We got someone on Zoom yet? Not yet. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Sarah, and I'm going to make $1 million in a year.
Let's go.
And I
love
realized the only thing holding me back is that I've been afraid of judgment. So I decided that 2023, starting now, pre-2023, is going to be the year of embracing judgment. So I'm here ready to be judged.
Let's go. Embrace it. Isn't this, let's think about this for a minute. This is so effed up. See how I caught myself there. When we want to make $1 million in a year, we're afraid that people will judge us. But if we want to make $30,000 a year, we're not afraid of being judged, but we're not even accessing our potential. I think it's like so backwards, right? Making $1 million should be celebrated, especially for women. So let's go. Okay. Oh, wait, we got someone on Zoom. Let's go. Zoom. You ready? I don't have your name. Unmute yourself, sir.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I don't have your name.
Bernard. Bernard. My name is Bernard. Okay, can you hear me?
I can't at all. You're going to have to translate, okay? The sound isn't great in here, so she's going to tell me what you're saying, so there'll just be a delay. Go ahead. Now none of us can hear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Are you unmuted? Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Hi, Brooke. Can you hear me?
Huh?
Hello? Hi. All right. Okay. I hope you can help me, and I think it's possible to make something, but I'm not sure. It's been 2 years from I'm using the model with no success, so probably I'm not using it in the right way, probably.
Definitely not.
Okay, so I'm here to discover how I can use it better, in a better way.
Recording
okay, so
stopped.
here's the model I want you to do.
Recording in progress.
Recordings.
Oh, okay.
Somebody drank too much last night. Let's
What
get
was
it
your
together,
question?
team. Okay, here's what I want you to do. In your T line, I want you to put the thought, I've used the model with no success.
Okay, I've used the model.
That's your thought.
Yeah, that's my
Because
thought.
when you think that way, you're not going to have any success.
Okay. I have very much trouble to find out what are my thoughts. It seems like I can't get a hold on them. I don't find them.
I can't wait. I just gave you your thought to do.
All right.
Put that thought in the model. When you think the thought, I've been using the model with no success, how do you feel?
Kind of defeated.
Defeated. Then what
Yeah.
do you do? What do you do when you
Nothing.
feel defeated?
Nothing.
Nothing. Great. So you don't use the model with no success.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Okay, good. So change the thought to, and this is real, change the thought to, this model works.
All right. This model works.
Okay, good. Put that in the model. Okay, my friends?
Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
good. Okay, you're welcome. All right, go ahead.
Nice to meet you. I'm Samantha Green, and my key breakthrough yesterday was the dream exercise. I'm the one to do it.
Yes.
I believe in myself 100%.
Yes.
I have a huge capacity level. I am extremely skilled, and I'm the best one to serve my clients, and so I will.
Oh, yes.
The thought model, and I constantly do the work, and it has evolved me as a human. And so I shouldn't have been surprised at your Chanel exercise yesterday, right? It was a nice offer, cute bag, not my thing. Fine, fine, $10, good deal, fine, blah blah. And then I thought, and then all the people were rushing up. But the big aha for me was, I didn't try because I knew I wouldn't win. And it's kind of like, well, how else am I using that in the rest of my life? I'm not even
Right.
trying because I knew I wouldn't win.
Yeah. I'm always surprised when I don't win.
So thank you.
I'm like, why wouldn't I have won that? Right? If you just always expect to win. That's such a good insight. All right, what do you have?
Hey, I was listening to every single person in here yesterday, and I could resonate with all of y'all. From I'm a female, I'm black, I'm not good enough, to da-da-da-da. Last night I had a thought. Well, all day long I had a thought, but especially last night.
Just one?
I know, right? I come as one, but I stand as 10,000, Maya Angelou. And now I stand as 20,000 added to all of y'all, so thank you.
Yes.
And then the other thing is to the girl that is the only female in the room with the airplane people or something. Remember her yesterday? You got the power.
That's right. Love it. Hi.
And I've been married and divorced twice before 30, and I had a really negative article written about me, so that whole public humiliation thing we were talking about. And I realized yesterday that the one thing holding me back from taking action is my fear of other people's opinions of me. And when you started talking about that, I realized that not only have I already been publicly humiliated, but I was able to support myself through it, and I know I can do that in the future.
Let's go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So my name's Mick. I'm from Baltimore, and I'm a life coach for educators. And I've been a high school teacher for 17 years, and that possibility, thank you. And there's something magical about what I'm able to do in a classroom with kids and with colleagues, and has always been for the last 17 years. When I really got in touch with yesterday in the possibility exercise was that a whole completely transformed world is possible, and it will happen like this once students are able to get in touch with their capacity
Yes.
to create it and thrive in it. And the only thing between that, like the kids getting that and creating this beautiful world where all life has an opportunity to thrive, is me getting in front of educators and supporting them to transform their own lives.
Love it. So good. This is something to think about. People like to say things like, well, it takes a long time, and then whatever's after that. No. Change can happen so fast. Money can happen so fast. Transformation can happen so fast. Be careful when you're like, well, this will take a while, or I'm trying to do this, or, I've been this way for this long, so it's probably going to take me this long to change. No, you can change in an instant. So allow yourself that freedom. Go ahead.
Okay, you all heard from me yesterday, so it'll be 2 seconds. I want to thank you. You introduced me to the World Wide Web. Everyone was so friendly to come up and introduce themselves. And Brooke, I want to thank you for your story about your son. It's so inspiring. Just a brief nutshell, when I was pregnant with my third child, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis. I had a lesion on my spine and I was told I couldn't walk. No more walking.
What an amazing
Guess what I did?
saleswoman she's going to be.
6 months later,
that World Wide Web, quick.
I was told I had 6 months of walking, and in 6 months, I ran my first marathon, Boston Marathon runner. All because I was told what I couldn't do. I couldn't walk. Bullshit. I can walk, and guess what? I love the World Wide Web.
You created a monster! Security! Security!
In closing, with God, all things are possible.
That's everything. Good.
Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm also a certified coach. And yesterday, I think I've always, my whole life, felt like there was some extraordinary, some bigness inside of me. But yesterday, I realized that it's like limited. I was like, well, I've got to enough bigness. Like, that's good. And when you were like, why would you stop, keep going, whatever. So one of my thoughts that kept coming up was like, that amount of largeness is for other people. There's like a certain group of people that are allowed to be as large as they want to be, and there's a certain group of people that aren't. And when the guy came up yesterday to speak about his book, his thought was exactly word for word mine, and that was what I had wanted to get coached on next, and I was like, oh my goodness. And it was so obvious to see for him, like, of course you could write a book. Like, this is amazing, it's totally doable for you.
It's so powerful to watch other people be coached.
Yeah, because then I was like, but not for me. You can go write your book, but I'm gonna like stay small. So anyways, that was my breakthrough.
I love this. Like, I remember, like, when Amy Porterfield made $1 million, I was like, oh, we're allowed to do this? Like, I agree. Like, oh, I know other people can make $1 million, but I was like, wait, I just saw Amy as one of my friends. Then all of a sudden I was like, oh, game on. They didn't tell us this.
I feel like you're that for me, like that example of like, okay, yeah, we can do this. So.
Can you imagine? I mean, you're thinking about the educator, like if we were little, and they just told us that.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
you can all make $1 million, $10 million, $100 million, why not?
That's literally my purpose in the world, is to help change families so
Yes.
that kids grow up believing anything's possible for themselves. So I'm like, why can't I do that
You
for
can.
myself?
You gotta
Anyways, I
demonstrate
can.
it.
I mean, I am doing that for myself.
Love it.
Hello? Okay, I don't need to be that close. So what I learned yesterday was seizing an opportunity. When an opportunity presents itself, we have to be all over it.
Yes.
So I saw this as an opportunity that presented itself. I just got certified with a group of girls that are all over here. I just launched my own Instagram. I am Miranda Renee, AKA Mr. Life Coach. And you heard that correct, Mr.
Love it.
And that is because I am helping women uncover their worth, overcome their obstacles, and create their future. Mr. stands for Miranda Renee, and it also is a nod to female empowerment because I am a female calling myself Mr. We can do it. So feel free to follow me.
I love it.
Thank you all.
Good job. Okay. Brooke. Hi. Let's bring Maria up too. Go ahead.
My name is Anna, and I had the most beautiful aha moment yesterday. I had the first actual conversation with my future self.
Yeah.
And she was so kind.
Right?
I just started crying.
Oh.
She was so kind. And it was just magical.
Well, think about this. If you were going to go back to like your 17-year-old self, you would be kind to her, right?
Yeah.
I always say, I'd be like, it's going to be okay, it all works out, and don't date that guy. Bad news.
Yeah.
Right? So I find the same thing. My future self is so chill, too. She's so much richer than me and so much more chill. I'm like, huh. So good. Love it. Thank you for sharing. Maria, what you got? Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Unmute yourself.
Hi, Brooke.
Hi. Hi.
So what happened today? I am a Formula One fan, and we were watching qualifying for tomorrow's race with my husband today. It's in Abu Dhabi, luxury, absolutely beautiful place, right? And they show these magical parties on the boats in the marina. And I told my husband, you know, we could be there. And he's like, no, honey, this is for rich people. And it was shocking for me that I thought that he's being ridiculous, you know. And we're not rich, so it is kind of right now out of our reach, I guess. But I guess yesterday it was such a big shift for me that I honestly thought for a second that I could be there. I could be one of those people on that posh boat.
Yes, and you can be. Stay tuned today for Magical Boats.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Is Yulia. I drove all night on Thursday to get here from LA. I drive a Sprinter van, so I was like all night, so excited.
Amazing.
But my problem has been, or I should say, like what I've been contemplating is my unleashed potential and wondering what's stopping me, because I could feel I have so much potential. And one of the insights that I got yesterday was I'm not allowing myself to dream fully. Like I don't try on. So the insight was when you were coaching somebody on the stage, you just said like, try on this thought, like as if you were in the department store. Even though this is an outfit that you've never worn before, it's not your style, it's not something that you would normally pick. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so easy. So let me try on this thought, and wow, I could be different. So that was my insight.
I
it's
love
like
it.
as
It's
easy
so good.
as making a decision.
Thank
you.
It's like, and I'm going to go to, we're going to coach. We're going to do a little bit of coaching, and I'm going to go to Sandy. So I want to make sure she's ready. But before I was really rich, I just walked around rich. You know how you walk around rich? You just think that you're rich. She said, how? You just think that you're rich, and that is for me, and every store is for me, and that could be mine. It doesn't mean you spend money that you don't have, because rich people don't do that, because they have money, right? So you don't spend money that you don't have, but you feel that. What is that like? How do you show up differently? And I do it even now. It's like, how am I different when I have double the revenue? And I think it gets more subtle, right? But there's still that difference, and refining that. And so being able to see stuff and notice what your brain says. Oh, that's for rich people. That's for other people. That's for people who are allowed to do that. Be careful not to do that. Okay, you guys, don't get in line. Don't get in line anymore, because we're gonna go into some coaching, and then I'm gonna do a presentation. But do we have Sandy ready? Okay, hi.
Hi. How are you, Brooke?
I'm amazing. How
Good.
are you?
I'm awesome, absolutely. I wanted to be coached a little bit because, I met you maybe 2018, 19, and you really made a change in my life. I am a counseling psychologist, and so the perspective that you brought about how to see and understand life and thoughts and whatnot really added a lot to my profession. Okay, so I joined you in the fall of 2019, and then COVID came. I met you in Dallas, because I'm from San Antonio, and you didn't show because of COVID. And, then I found out you were going to be here, and I was like, oh, okay, I got to go see Brooke. The thing is, I keep forgetting that I can't walk. And I just do everything, and then I can't walk. 2020, I was walking, but by the time I stayed at home for a couple of years and did videos, then I have scoliosis, so it got worse and I couldn't walk. So what I wanted to get from you, and plus I'll be a diamond next month, so I'm excited about that.
Yes, let's go, diamond.
Absolutely. So what I wanted from you was to help me stay motivated. I don't go into depression, that's not what I do, but because I keep forgetting I can't walk, and then when I make all these grandiose plans and then I can't walk, and it's like boom every time, it just hits me and I have to shift. So I just wondered if you could tell me some things or tell me something to help me regroup quicker.
Okay, so the thought, I can't walk. How does that thought feel?
Oh, it's horrible. It's like I got so much to do and I got this.
No. Stay with me.
Okay, all right, go.
How does that thought feel?
It feels weakening.
Weakening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you understand that that's just a thought? I can't walk?
Yeah, I
It's
understand.
true, right?
That's a
It's true.
thought.
I know
I
I know you want me to know that it's true. Okay? I can't fly.
Okay.
But I never think about it.
All right.
I don't create that sentence in my mind.
Okay.
Right? Because it doesn't serve me. Even though it's true. Okay? So it may be true for you that you can't physically walk, but why would you think that over and over and over and say it over and over and over in your head when it feels weakening?
Why, really? Why? Because when I stand up, I hurt and it's in my face.
But it's a choice.
Okay.
I really want you to, you can't control that you can't walk, but you can control what you think.
Yes, of course.
So, if we put, I need my flip chart back up here, please, y'all. If in the C line, we put that you can't physically walk, what do we want to put in your T line? Because I can't walk weakens you. Right? And I agree, it's in your face. You can't walk. Other people can walk around you. There's lots of reasons for you to think you can't walk, but it doesn't serve you to think it, right? So what do you want to think instead? Thank you. Oh, no. I need pens. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, we're going to put can't walk here.
Okay.
Now what? What do you want to think?
Yeah, I really want to think that I'm all I ever was.
You want to think that you were all you ever was?
Yeah, you know,
In what way?
In able to perform, to produce, to be productive.
I'm able to perform. I'm able to produce. Is that really true?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
When you think I can perform and I can produce, how do you feel?
I feel powerful.
Yes, empowered. We didn't change anything. I can perform and produce. Now, sometimes we think because something is true, we have to keep thinking it. But we don't. We can think whatever we want. It is the privilege of our life to be able to choose our own thoughts. And when you choose this thought, you're going to be more empowered instead of weakened. What are you going to do? It's the exact opposite of weakened.
Okay.
What are you going to do when you feel empowered that you aren't doing when you feel weakened?
Absolutely.
What are you going to do? Tell me.
Do I want to go with
I have to
you?
write a book. I really have to write a book because
No.
I've just gotten so much.
No.
Okay, wait a minute. What does walking have to do with writing a book?
Absolutely nothing. No, but
come on now. You can't even walk and write a book. Walking interferes with writing a book. You are killing me right now.
Right, yeah. Okay, but to be honest with you, the book was the second choice because I couldn't walk.
Okay.
I wanted to get more involved. I wanted to open up a facility, really, but the amount of energy would be more than I want to. That uphill climb, I don't want to do that. So I said, okay, what else can I do that's satisfying? And that's when I said, okay, I think I'll write.
I love it. So we're going to write a book, and what will be the result?
$1 million, I hope.
I love it. $1 million.
Absolutely.
Listen, if I were you, I would make a decision today that you're never going to think the thought, I can't walk, and that you're never even going to say it out loud again.
Okay.
Ever. That will change your life. Can you feel that?
Yes.
You can? Can I come hug you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Can you what? Hi, Gigi. Did you hear? Gigi, put that down. She said it kind of low so no one would hear. Gigi, you're looking good.
Yeah, if it wasn't for her, I couldn't, do a lot of things because she, Mama, stop it, come in.
I love it. Okay. All right. We got to move on, y'all. It makes me sad because I want to talk to all of you, but we got to move on. We're already 30 minutes in. So here's the deal. If you guys would, I'm so sad to say this. I'm not going to even look. If you guys will all sit down. I'm sorry. Please sit down. I will call you back up, I promise. I will call you all back up. And we will do more coaching. Thank you guys for sharing all your insights. When I'm in a group of people and they share their insights, I'm like, I didn't get that insight, and that's when I take the most notes. So good. Okay, I need my slides. Unacknowledged desire. Okay. So one of the things we are going. What's that? It's the magic bell. I looked down at Erica, wondering what that noise was. She's like, it wasn't me. Costing me today. So one of the things I was thinking about, today we're going to work on your offer to the world. Right? So remember, we talked about finding out what your desire is. And when you find out what your desire is, your true desire of what you actually want, then you have to decide what are you going to offer in order to get it. For some of you, it's money. For a lot of you, it's money, because I talk about money a lot, and a lot of you are attracted to that, and so you want to make money. But for some of you, it's not. For some of you, you want to offer something else to the world. So when I did this work in the workbook on myself, I did it on dating. And I wrote, because I wanted to make sure it applied to those of you who aren't trying to, we're going to talk a lot about money, of course, but it also applies to anything that you want in your life. What are you going to offer in order to get it? So I did it on dating, like what would I offer a potential mate? What do I have to offer them? And what is the value that I expect in return? So like for a business offer, it would be like, this is what I'm going to offer you and this is what I expect you to pay. And for like in a relationship, it's like, this is what I'm going to offer and this is what I expect from you back. And so as we go through this, kind of in a little bit, we're going to work on your own offer. I'm going to show you my offer, and you guys are going to work on your offer. I want to make sure we've tapped into the deepest of your desires. So we talked yesterday about your desire, but some of you are limiting your desire. Because I noticed I was doing this with dating when I was thinking about, what do I really want? And I heard myself say, oh, that doesn't exist, what I really want in terms of a partner. And so then I just kind of watered it down and diluted it down. And I caught myself doing that. I was like, I don't want to do that. What if I could have a relationship that's exactly what I want? And then all of a sudden, all my desires came up. So I want to make sure that you all do the same thing. And so I created just a short presentation on unacknowledged desire, when you don't allow yourself to truly want what you truly want. Okay? So we're going to work on that. Which one's up? Okay. So this is what can happen when you don't allow yourself to truly acknowledge your desire. The first one is being money obsessed, which this is so fascinating to me because a lot of people tell me that I'm money obsessed, that I only talk about money all the time, but I'm not, because listen, I don't do stuff I don't want to do for money, ever. Think about that. I don't do stuff. How many people in this world do stuff they hate for money, in exchange for money? right? And they're calling me money obsessed, right? And I've had so many conversations about this. It's like, no, I refuse to do that. And so when you settle and you don't acknowledge your true desire, you will end up settling. You will end up being obsessed about money and kind of trading your life and your time for money. I find that very dangerous. I want to help all of you never do that. I want you to get money for doing what you're meant to do in this world. Under-earning. The way that I define under-earning is making less money than you want and that you have the ability to make. Procrastination and delay. These are two main things that happen when you're not truly acknowledging your true desire, because true desire is so motivating and so generating of energy. The anticipation of achieving it helps you plow through delay. It helps you plow through procrastination. It helps you get through anxiety and overwhelm when you have your true desire, not some pretend desire. Have you ever had a desire because someone else wanted you to have that thing? That's when you procrastinate. That's when you have anxiety. That's when you have overwhelm. Quitting behind your own back. Have you guys ever done this? Like you quit and you don't tell yourself? It's like you decide you're going to lose weight and then whoops, when did that go away? I just started eating everything again and I didn't even notice, right? Not acknowledging 50-50, not appreciating that negative part of life. Oh, is there a bird? It flew right back out. Good for it. Right? Not acknowledging the 50-50, not being willing to embrace the discomfort of growth, the discomfort of big decisions, the discomfort of acknowledging that true desire. We saw yesterday how hard it is to know what we really want, because once we know, we can't not know. We end up not putting ourselves in harm's way. We end up hiding. Now, when I say putting yourself in harm's way, I mean being willing to put yourself up against your own emotions, being willing to process them through to become strong enough to be able to handle any emotion. The other danger is buffering, escaping your emotions. And that's when you're on social media or you're watching TV or you're calling your friend instead of doing the work that you've committed to doing. Lack of motivation and feeling tired. I have a lot of friends who are trying to make a lot of money who call me a lot and tell me how exhausted they are. I'm so exhausted. This is so exhausting. And I'm like, why are you saying that? It's so dramatic. Like, you shouldn't even say that. If you're tired, go to sleep. Don't call me. What are we doing? But it's not about being tired and going to sleep. It's about being exhausted. It's all just so much. You will not hear me say that. No one on my team ever says that. And although it may be true, it just doesn't make any sense to say it. Think about the words that you say and why you say them. When somebody, we're going to change the world right now. When somebody says to you, I'm exhausted, how do you feel? It's kind of a rude thing to say to people. It's like you're handing it to them. I'm exhausted. What are you supposed to say to that? What are you supposed to say? What? I'm so sorry. That must be awful. Right? And these are people that are, having wonderful, beautiful, amazing lives. Just don't lead with that. Do a model on it. Don't tell it to your friends. Negative attitude and a bad mood. Don't you love it when someone says, I'm in a bad mood? What? As if it's just like, I don't know, I just noticed. No, you're in a bad mood because you're choosing to be in a bad mood. And you have a negative attitude because you're choosing to have a negative attitude. I love coaching people. I'm like, well, your attitude is kind of negative. They're like, what? Like, Yeah, watch this back. Right? Notice yourself. Being in a negative mood, being in a bad mood is your choice. The other thing that happens when you don't acknowledge your true desires is you are filled with resentment. Right? Because you're not taking care of what's true for you. So then you want someone in your life to solve it for you. If they would just, how many times have you said that? About your partner, about your kid, about the people that you work with. If they would just. And so we have a manual for them, the operating manual that we would like them to follow so we can feel better. Now, most of the time we don't give them the manual because that would be too easy and they should just know. But even if we do give them the manual and we tell them how they should behave in their life because we're the expert on their life, right? They don't comply. Other people are terrible at making us happy. Why? It's impossible. It's not their job. And typically, if I want you to behave a certain way so I can feel better, then you're not going to feel better because you're behaving in a way that you don't want to behave naturally to make me feel better. So now you're unhappy. But if you acknowledge your own desire and you pay attention to it and you take responsibility for that, it's amazing how you can just let other people be themselves. They can just live their lives because you're living your best life. When you're not living your best life, you would like other people to live a life that makes you feel good. But when you're living your best life, you don't need that. When you're living your best life, you don't need to buffer because your life is so good you don't want to miss it. So be careful when you're in relationships. Anytime you find yourself judging someone else in the way that they're behaving towards you, ask yourself how you're behaving towards you. The other thing you might face is purposelessness and failure. And the failure that I'm talking about there is not trying and failing, it's failing ahead of time. It's just not even trying. Feeling like you don't have a purpose. There's a lack of self-confidence and self-loathing. I spent so much time in self-loathing my whole 20s. I'm making up for it now. People say, well, you sure think you're great. I'm like, yeah, I do. Because the alternative is what? Hating myself? I tried that. It wasn't fun. Why are people mad at us when we love ourselves? People are mad at us when we make money, and people are mad at us when we love ourselves. You shouldn't think you're so great. People say that out loud. You shouldn't think you're so great. You shouldn't say you're extraordinary. Say, I'm extraordinary. I feel like we should say it. I'm extraordinary. And it's so funny, like when I meet people for the first time, they're like, you're kind of amazing. I'm like, I know. And they're like, no, I mean, really? I'm like, I know, really. It's so confusing to them. So let's go back to school and teach the kids you can do anything you want, and you're amazing, and you should talk about how amazing you are all the time. And you should talk about how great you are all the time. Now, here's the difference for those of you like, Matt Brooke Castillo is so arrogant. No, I'm not. Arrogance is thinking that you're better than someone else. I know I'm not better than anyone else. I know that for sure. I'm great, and so are you. That's the difference. So you'll hear me talking about how amazing I am, but you'll also hear me talking about how amazing you are. And that's real. And that is a wonderful way to live your life, is looking for everybody's extraordinariness, even if they can't see it. Everybody has it. And some people, you like go to dinner with them and they'll try and hide it from you. You're like, I know it's in there. I'm gonna find it. And they're like trying to block you from finding it, saying crazy things to you. And you're like, no. I'm going to get through the conspiracy theory. I'm going to get through the judgment. I'm going to get through the hate and blame, and I'm going to find it. It's just a fun way to live, right? I'm on an extraordinary search with myself, because I'm just beginning to discover how extraordinary I am, and with y'all. It's so amazing way to live, right? Many of you are playing not to lose instead of playing to win. You want to be safe. You don't want to lose. You're so afraid of losing. But if you're willing to lose, then you're going to go all in. Then you're going to bet on yourself. Then you have the possibility of winning big. But losing is also part of the process. I always think about those Navarro cheerleaders, right? They lost so hard, but still won in so many ways. Under-belief in yourself is the last thing that you will face. And so many of us are dealing with this. I think I'm still dealing with this. We under-believe in ourselves. Because I feel like what happens is I'm like, oh, yes, I can do amazing things. And I believe in it, and I look for evidence for it, and I put on the glasses of it, and I look around, I see how it's possible, and then I take a nap, and I wake up, and everything's terrible. Again. And then I have to go back into it. It takes work to believe in yourself and to consistently believe in yourself. So what I want to do now is switch to this workbook. Everyone pull it out. Where are we at? Does someone know what page we're on? 21? Okay. Wait. Yes, okay. 21. Can we put 10 minutes on the clock? Fill this form out. Please keep it very quiet in here. We'll put on a little music, maybe. Yes, hi. We'll put on a little music without words. Take this one deep. Find out what's true. And then right after this, we'll do some coaching.
Yes. Okay, my virtual friends, we are pulling out the workbook. It is in your dashboard, or we will also drop the link in the chat for those of you who have just arrived. We are doing page 21 and 22 and 23. If you get to it, no pressure. 10 minutes on the clock. I'll see you soon.
Maybe he's not up yet.
Okay. Who's first? I feel like you cheated. That was well done.
Hi, Brooke.
I
I'm
feel like we
Leanne.
should have a certain number of people that are in line so there's not such a long line. What do you think?
That's a great idea.
Let's discuss it. Let's show the people how we make decisions. We need a line monitor.
There you go.
No middle line because it blocks my face. And there's nothing more important than my face. So don't line up in the middle. And what do we say, 4 people in line at a time? 4 people in line at a time. We did not think this through. People, you forgot how much people love me? Rude. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, Brooke. I'm Leanne. It's nice to meet you face to face. So I had a major aha moment.
Okay, wait, let's practice counting to 4.
There's a lot of people in line. I'm not going to talk too long. But what I will share with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I realize that for a lot of my life, I have been waiting to be invited in instead of creating spaces and places to invite myself into
Yes.
and other people into.
Love.
And I'm kind of done with that.
Yes.
I'm kind of done. And I just felt like when you asked the question, what are your strategies for overcoming these obstacles? It was like, I'm just going to stand up first after this breakout, and I'm going to say it out loud and just own it. So thank you.
I love it. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Yes.
Hello, Julianne Cook. I'm a speech language pathologist in private practice. I am the private practice. 1. I help people eat, speak, breathe, and sleep. Who needs that? All of you.
Yes.
Guess what? My husband makes all the money. That's my thought. Why?
Why do you guys say thoughts like that at me? It's like you just throw it and you're like, what are you going to do about my thought?
There it is. It's terrible.
Do you want my opinion on this thought? What are we doing?
It's limiting, very, very limiting. I have huge value, and the thought wants to come out.
It wants to come out? Does it really? Out loud, that thought?
I offer tremendous value.
I mean, listen, so you're married.
Yes.
The circumstance is you're married.
Yes.
And your husband works and you don't?
I work.
Okay, now I'm mad. Do you get paid?
I do.
So why would you have the thought that he makes all the money? It's not even true.
I make a little. He makes a lot.
I mean, just even think about the thought. My husband makes all the money.
Right.
It's a lie.
Right.
I mean, blatant lie.
Right.
But even if it wasn't a lie, even if your husband worked and you didn't, why would you say that? How does it make you feel to think my husband makes all the money?
Unimportant.
Unimportant? Yeah. So, I mean, I would decide never to think that again or say it out loud because it's a lie. You don't want to be a liar. Okay. So, what do we want to believe instead of that?
Money flows to me easily because of my tremendous value.
But do you make money?
Yes.
I mean, do you make money?
Some.
Yes. Do you know how to make money?
Yes.
Do you know how to make a lot of money?
Yes.
Why aren't you?
I'm being a clinician. I'm not being a CEO.
Do you want to make more money?
Yes.
Okay. Even the thought, I want to make more money, is so much more powerful than my husband makes all the money.
Well, will you text me if you decide to go?
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a reason why you're not making money. Because you're a clinician and not a CEO. And being a CEO is the only way to make money.
I make money as a clinician, yes.
You make money as a clinician? Yeah, but you want to make more money.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So how are you going to make more money?
I need to find people who can do what I do and bring them on.
Okay. So you know exactly how to make more money.
Yes.
And you want to be a CEO.
And I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what's amazing about this is she knows exactly how to make more money, and you have like a path to do it. You can create it for yourself, but you're not doing it because you have this thought that you don't even recognize is blocking you, that your husband makes all the money. And you can't prove that thought wrong with action without having a tremendous amount of cognitive dissonance. You're making it so much harder for yourself. Even if you changed it to we make all the money.
That's a good one.
And you don't make all, I make some of it. Right? But we make all the money together, or I make all the money. You have to try these thoughts on and see which one works. But we present thoughts as if they're true when they're lies. So tell me what you want to think.
Last night, he told me that taking care of our son was a piece of cake. I did Monday Hour 1 for the first half of the week for me and for him to take care of our son while I was here. And when he told me taking care of our son is a piece of cake, I thought, wow, I could think that too.
Yes, I'm so glad that's what you thought. That could have gone a whole nother way.
Yeah, holy
That
crap.
is genius. Right?
Yes.
I mean, it really is.
And
So-
he's making money while taking care of our son right now.
I made so much money while taking care of my son.
You did.
It was so fun.
You did.
So fun. And it really is just the way you think about it. It is the way you approach it, like what is possible. And I will tell you what helps me is just thinking about all the women that went before me and what they did.
Yeah.
Like our lives, I feel, are so much easier than that. And when I approach it that way, I'm like, what? I feel like my life in so many ways is like a gift back to them all. Like I love thinking about that. I'm like, you know what y'all did? Let me show you what the fruit is of that. Let me show you what I can do because of the opportunities that I've been presented with. And I feel like you have those opportunities. And by kind of deferring to your husband, and listen, a lot of women, let's be honest, could have the thought, my husband makes all the money and feel great about that. Right? That feel great, but I can tell it's not a thought that makes you feel great, it's a thought that limits you.
Absolutely.
Right? So you just want to make sure that as you're celebrating him, you also celebrate you. You don't celebrate him against you.
Right.
Yeah. So good. Okay?
Yeah.
Go forth and make all the money.
Thank you.
All right, let's go, Brittany. Let's bring Brittany up on virtual. Hi.
Hello. Hi. So the thought that I've been thinking, well, this is scary to say out loud in front of all these people, but I was on a reality show this summer and it was fun, but coming back into the real world has been difficult at times, and I really resonated with.
So the reality show wasn't reality?
Oh no, not reality, not reality. And it's
funny.
been
Okay.
hard coming back into the real world and realizing that all these people see the character of me, but it isn't like me. And I guess there's been overwhelming positive support. I'm not going to negate that, but there's been some haters, as to be expected.
Wait. Come to your thought. What is your thought?
I'm afraid of posting online, showing up for my business because of the bullying that I received after this experience.
Okay.
That's
How does that thought feel?
It feels awful. It feels scary. I've canceled like appearances, going out. Like I don't want to go out into the world. It's scary.
Okay. And so you don't go out into the world. It's scary. But what if it wasn't scary? What if you changed the thought to it's not scary? I handled the bullying. I survived. This will be easy now.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it's an option.
Yeah, I want to feel that way. I do want to feel that because it was a positive experience overall. So why am I letting?
If you want to feel, listen. If you want to feel that way, you just have to think that way, and believe that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, you think about you're living your life according to the bullies.
Yeah, no, I don't want to give like. It was a huge dream to have that experience, so I don't want to give up my dreams because of the reaction. I just find myself second guessing everything I say.
Don't care about you at all. They're not even thinking about you.
They don't
They're
know
not even
me.
seeing if you're going out or not going out, right?
Yeah.
So why do you care so much about them?
It's just like they try to create drama. They try to find things that I say online. Like I wish somebody a happy birthday the other day, but it wasn't the right person. And so it became this whole big thing. Like, it's like I can't wish somebody a happy birthday. Like that's a nice thing to do.
But you can't. Happy birthday, Erica. You can say happy birthday to the wrong person all day.
How do I not let it bother me then? I guess it's like it makes me want to.
I mean, people could judge me. They're like, ew, it's not her birthday. I'd be like, so? It's kind of fun to wish her a happy birthday, even though it wasn't her birthday. In fact, that's a new thing I'm going to start doing now. I think you should keep doing it. I think you should get known for it. This is the woman that wishes the wrong people happy birthday, and it's super fun because any day on a Tuesday, she's going to wish you a happy birthday. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, really, why are you letting, who cares if they judge you? Really, you got to be tough to be in this world.
Yeah.
You got to be tough to win.
So it's like, how do I get that, like, what thought can I think that's going to be like, screw you, like, I'm living my life, like, who cares what you think?
Almost like that's the thought.
That thought. I don't know. It's just, it feels mean. I feel like I'm matching the mean with the mean, you know? And I don't want that.
You what? Say it again.
I feel like I'm matching the mean with that thought. Like that thought feels mean if I'm like, screw you, what you think, because they're hurting me.
Okay, then what do you want to think instead?
I want to think that the more I post and the more I show up, the more people do get to learn who I really am.
Oh no, they're gonna hate you even more the more you show up. Don't be confused.
How do I not let it bother me?
Listen, what if you did let it bother you and you just kept going? What if you didn't let it bothering you make you stop? Here's the thing, if you're a human being and people hate you, it should bother you. But it shouldn't stop you. You know what I mean? Like, really. It's gonna happen. And the courageous ones are the ones that keep going even though it does bother us. I want everyone to love me. Everybody does.
Yeah.
But the more you put yourself out there, the more people are gonna love you, but also the more people are gonna hate you. It's the 50-50.
Yeah.
Are your dreams worth it?
So much. So much. I'm not letting them take that away.
Yeah. But they don't even want to take it away. They can't even take it away.
Yeah.
Like they're so
They can't.
powerless. They're so powerless until you have a thought about them. You think about them way more than they think about you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So why are you thinking about them so much?
Yeah. I don't know. I need to
Because
think about
as long as
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to think about the people that you want to help.
Yeah.
Because if you cancel yourself by not going out, you're serving the bullies instead of serving the people that you're supposed to be serving.
Yeah. Yeah, because the people that don't like me, they're never gonna buy from me. They're never gonna come to me for that value.
Listen, let's say I want to coach Bev, who's sitting right here in front of me. I want to coach her, but if I coach her, Erica's gonna hate me and make fun of me and give me a hard time. But I know that I can help Bev change her life. What do I do?
Oh, you help Bev. You help Bev wholeheartedly because she's getting.
Even if she hates me.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
All day. And so you have to remember. Now listen, don't try and make it easier. Don't try and make it bother you less. I think that's a waste of time. Just let it bother you, but keep going. Deal?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, my friends. You got
Thank you.
this.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going here now. Hi.
Just getting to the directness of it. Let me go with the first thought. The thought that's been happening all weekend. I spent the last 15 years in the wellness space really designing, we'll use the word extraordinary, experiences for coaches, thought leaders, etc. So when you're talking about the line, I was like, yeah, like I can't help. It's like an editor who watches a reality TV show and they just see it all. So there's so much amazingness here, and I keep thinking, how? And again, in regards to how, and I'm talking to you and I see Erica, how would I have a meeting, or how would I get to, because Instagram doesn't work and I'm here, to other coaches, you, etc., and share about extraordinary experiences as like an experienced producer? The question really is, how would we meet? And we're meeting. So who would I talk to? Who would be looking for more support in that area? Because I know so many people are like, I hate that area. And I'm like, oh, I love it. So that's the question.
She wants her number. She wants her information.
Jesus. Would anyone else like to network? We'll wait. thing. If you have something that you want, like you want to have a meeting with me and Erica or something, and that's a desire that you have, and if you believe that that will happen someday and you spend a lot of time in the space of that, you get so creative in the way that you show up to be able to present that to someone. But even the way you're talking about it now, I don't feel your belief. Do you?
Yes.
You feel it?
Yes, as in the creative. I don't want to stalk Erica, but every time I see her, I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll ask her for later a meeting because I know what it goes to put this in. So the belief of knowing that we could create extraordinary events or other people in this room, undeniably, yes.
No, but I'm talking about what your desire is to have a meeting with Erica, yeah?
That would be a wonderful place to start to see what's on, again, the desires.
Listen, if that's your desire, and anyone put your desire in that spot, you put it in there, and if you believe that's going to happen, you're not like, how do I do it? Oh my gosh, when I see Erica, I want to stalk her and I want to grab her, right? The energy isn't like that at all. Do you understand what I'm saying? You've already spent time in your mind in that energy. It's just as good as done.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, Erica's coming up to you. I mean it.
I hear that.
If your energy is one of pure belief like that, the how doesn't freak you out like it's freaking you out. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes. The how is already done because the belief of knowing it's going to happen is stronger than anything else.
Yes.
Follow.
And then it's almost like instead of going how, which is where so much of you, a lot of your energy is, it's like I wonder how that gets done.
Right.
I'm curious. I just get to experience it, and then all of a sudden, your creative mind comes up with so many amazing things. And the work that we're going to do next on creating an offer, like in your mind, you should do all of this on creating. Your offer would be to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how could you set up this offer so it would be all the things that I'm going to teach you about making an offer that would be so irresistible to her that she would even approach you? Do you feel the difference in that? It's almost like then people come towards you instead of you having to go towards them.
Can I ask one more question with that? What about the inquiry of desire, like the desire of what I know is there's a lot of moving pieces. There's your vision, there's Erica's vision. In every person's business, I have found that it's right time, right place, right alignment. If the vision was like, we're not doing things international, or we're not looking to do this, then it's really not, the offer wouldn't pertain. What I hear you saying is forget all of that, get clear in my offer and don't even worry, because again, what I'm going is that even on the horizon? Is there even a thought? Is there even a desire? Is that even something
you're
going
asking
around?
the wrong question.
Got it.
Right? It's like if I'm like, is this even something you're thinking about? Is this even something possible? Is this even something you're willing to entertain? Is this even, if I did that with all of the people that I make offers to, I would never make an offer. I present the offer. I'm not like, what do you want to do? It's almost like people don't know what they want until I offer it to them.
Right, I follow.
And then they're like, oh, I didn't even know I wanted this, and now I definitely want it.
I follow.
Okay?
I follow.
But it's because you haven't spent time in the achieving of it. Because as soon as you know that it's going to happen and you've spent a lot of time in your mind in this meeting and it turning out exactly how you want, then your nervous system settles down and your creativity comes up. And then you can start thinking, what would be so irresistible to Erica and to the Life Coach School and to that team? And then all of a sudden you can approach us in a way that's so confident with so many creative ideas that you're not like pounding us with questions. Is this even something you're thinking about? Is this?
I follow.
Right?
Yep.
It's like you just, and you have to imagine it. We're just like, done. Let's go. Right? The way that you've presented the offer. So this next part is going to be amazing for you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Nice. Okay.
Hi, Brooke. Amy Albro from Connecticut. So I have this fear that kind of keeps coming up over and over, and it's terror. And it's every single time I'm put on the spot like this. Or,
come up here.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's on. Hello. Hello. Turn the mic on. Yeah. Hi.
Okay, hi. So I get terrified. And
Are you terrified right now?
so terrified, you have no idea. So
I want to be terrified like she's terrified. Tell me about what terrified is. Tell me what it feels like in your body right now.
So my Fitbit thinks I'm actually working out because my heart races so fast. I mean, I can feel it. I'm shaking. This happens to me all the time when I'm put on the spot, and I can talk about, so I'm a certified coach, so I'm sitting there and I'm talking with potential clients and we're chatting and everything's great, and then they act interested and I'm like, well, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and I lose my train of thought and it's gone. And it's been a reoccurring theme in my life, my entire life. And so I try to put myself in these situations, like standing up and asking for coaching. Somebody asked for me to be on camera yesterday, and I said, sure. And I'm standing there, and I'm like, oh my God. But I did it, and it never seems to get better.
Well, it's never going to get better.
Okay.
I mean, what if it never gets better? Then what?
I hate the feeling. And so I.
But what if you
back.
didn't hate the feeling? Because that's a choice, right?
Right? Never thought of that. Imagine that.
What if you didn't hate it?
Yeah.
What if you were just like, it's kind of like me, you know, I wake up with an anxiety every morning. I'm like, what's up? Like now I just know it's part of the deal.
There it is.
I used to hate it. I used to resist it. I used to try and solve it. I used to try and figure it out. Now I'm just like, okay. I don't let it hold me back. So what if you embraced it? What if you did the opposite of hating it?
And how do you do that to you? You just, I don't know.
It's just your thoughts about it, right?
Yeah.
Your relationship with anything is your thoughts about it. So your thoughts about it right now is what?
I can't do this.
I can't do this as you're doing it.
Yeah.
What if you didn't think I can't do this? What if you thought I am doing this? Because that's true, and I can't do this as a lie because you are doing it.
I just stopped shaking a little bit, just thinking that.
Yeah. I mean, you are doing it.
Right.
I mean, this is legit. There's a lot of people staring at you.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even include all the people online.
Right.
There's like thousands of them all across the world.
Wow.
Just staring at you. And you're doing it.
And it's exciting.
Right? Yeah. It's exciting. So what if all the feelings, the sensations that come up for you, you didn't make them mean anything negative? What if they were just part of excellence?
I like it.
Yeah. But you don't even have to like the feeling. You could just be like, oh, this is a feeling that doesn't feel good, but it's part of the deal.
And it's kind of like working out when you're running up that hill and you're getting there and you're like, this is what's going to bring me to the next level.
And that's what you tell your Fitbit.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
You're just like, whenever we're going to the next level, this is our heart rate. Right? And it's part of the deal. And it's kind of like, oh, if I didn't have this, then I would be more present. But it's because you're hating on it and judging it and criticizing yourself on it instead of just letting it. Like sensations are in the C line. Right? The sensations that are going through your body, they're different than feelings caused by your thoughts, right? So just let them be there. Put them in the C line and then have thoughts about it.
Okay. So have it be a sensation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because what is it? It's just your heart rate?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's more.
What is it?
It's just, like full body tremors and just like.
So your body's like trembling a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's much, much less now, which is nice.
Yeah. So you're just like, oh, hey. Like flirt with it a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, really, like, right? You're like, oh no, it's happening, and then it gets worse, right?
Totally.
Instead of like,
and then it's focused on it, and then it's not focused on the client or the friend or whatever it is.
Yeah, and you could just think in your mind, when you sit down with a client or a friend or me on a stage in front of thousands of people, you could just be like, hey, like, I brought some tremors. You know what I mean? It's like you're making it so serious and it's not getting better and it needs to go away and it's wrong. Right. I don't think so at all.
Embrace it.
I think it's all just part of it. Okay. Yeah. And then the other thing is like they say that like nervousness, the difference between nervousness and being excited is just breathing. Are you breathing?
Mm-hmm. Am I breathing?
Yeah.
A little bit.
And the thing that's amazing is you don't seem nervous at all.
Really?
Am I right?
Wow. Okay.
So it's like your little secret private life.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Because you seriously look totally confident. So if you needed to make me an offer right now, could you?
No, because you don't need to lose weight.
But if somebody did need to lose weight, could you make an offer right here from the stage to them, do you think?
I have a package I could send you if anyone's interested.
Okay. This next section, we're going to work on that.
All right.
Okay.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, good job. That's
All right,
amazing. Thank you for coming up here. Give me a hug. You're welcome. Okay, who's next? Wait, over here.
Hi.
Hi.
That was actually incredibly helpful because I have that same problem, but I feel so much better than I was standing in line. So thank you for that.
Good.
I think that my belief in my future self is very, very strong. But what I think I'm struggling with the most is saying goodbye to my current life. Like, I have a full-time job that I really, really love, and I love the people I work with and what I do, and I feel so confident that if I really focus on what my dream is, I will have to say goodbye to that because I'm going to be pulled to doing that full-time. And it's holding me back, and that's what I spend most of the hours of my life doing. So I feel like every day I'm getting sucked into, focusing on my job and not my dream.
I think it's so interesting how when we love, we are taught that if we love something, we should never leave it. We should just stay there, yeah? So how many of you loved high school? Very few of you. But can you imagine if high school was we just stayed there because it was so great. I don't want to leave it. It's so amazing. This is what a lot of us do. We just stay in high school when we're ready for college, when we're ready for the next thing. But we love this so much, we just stay there, even though we've outgrown it, even though we're ready for bigger things. So I think that because of the way we've been socialized and trained, we're like, the only reason we would ever leave anything or end anything or disconnect from something is if it was awful and terrible and we didn't like it. And yet there's many experiences that we have that they're complete and we move on from them. So I think it's okay, everything that you're saying, but just don't make that the reason for not pursuing your dream.
So then how do I stay focused on the dream every day while I'm in that and getting sucked into my current life?
How do you get sucked into your current life? I want to visualize it.
I don't know that it's a visual, but I feel like I do a really good job at what I do.
But you just said, I get sucked into my current life. Not even possible, not even a thing. Lives don't suck you in.
Yeah.
Right? So when you think that, it gives you a reason for not pursuing your dream because you're sucked in over here, which is very dramatic and you can't control it.
Right.
Right? So you're choosing to focus on your current life because it's comfortable and you're good at it and you know how to do it. And focusing on this new dream life is a lot less comfortable and a lot harder, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as we're getting sucked into our current life, we don't have to take those steps that are really challenging over here. So if you were to give up the thought that this life is sucking you in, you would be very clear about what you need to do. It's just one thought, y'all. That's a power thought. Has the word suck in it. Sucks you in. Can you see it?
Yeah. I've been trying to find the thought that's going to keep me centered.
You don't
and
need a new
focused on-
thought. This is what we do sometimes. We have a thought, my current life is sucking me in, and we try to find a counter thought to make it so that isn't so hard, but we just need to drop that one.
Interesting.
Yeah. But how many times do I hear people say, well, I've really been working on this, so I'm trying to find another thought that will help this thought, and then this thought will help this thought, and this, and I'm like, well, or you could just work on your dream.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my current life is really helping prepare me for my dream.
Or not. Your current life is just something that you're doing, and then you're working on your dream too, right? So any time that you find yourself challenged to work on your dream and challenged to take that next step, you want to blame it on your current life instead of taking responsibility for it.
That's probably what it is.
That's for sure what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what we all do, right? You have a human brain. It wants to like make excuses so you don't have to put yourself in harm's way. That's it. Your current life is amazing. It doesn't suck you in. It doesn't push you out. It doesn't help you. It doesn't hurt you. It's just there. Now you can focus on your dream. Just keep the current life neutral. Don't make, we create so much drama around it on purpose so we don't have to take the steps that scare us.
Totally.
Totally. Okay.
Thank you.
So focus on your dreams. All of y'all. Okay. Where are we going? Let's go to Heather. Can we pull Heather up? Hi, Heather. Say something to me. I want to see if I can hear you. Unmute yourself. You're unmuted. I just think it's amazing that we can even do this. Pulling people from the World Wide Web right onto a screen.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, that's without my headphones. I know they said they wanted us to have headphones. Okay. I didn't think I would be chosen, so I'm totally at a loss. My big reason for being here is I'm going through breast cancer treatment, and I've been working on building a coaching practice for 3.5 years now. And I'm completely blowing up my life, I feel like, right now. I feel as if I used to be able to really envision my future. And now it's really difficult for me to see where I will be in 6 months.
Why? What is the thought you're having?
I don't know what my capabilities will be.
I don't know what mine will be either.
Very valid. I think I've always had this picture of what I would be able to do with my life. Like physical capabilities, mental capabilities, and chemo and treatment and surgery and radiation has literally taken away a lot of that.
It can't. It doesn't have that power. It can't affect your imagination. That is 100% within your control. Do not give it that much power. None of us know what our future is. None of us. None of us know how long we're going to live. None of us know the physical issues that we're going to face. None of us truly understand what we're going to be capable of mentally, physically in the future. But that doesn't stop us from imagining what we want.
Yeah.
And do not tell yourself that you can't imagine a future that you want because of what you're going through now. Because that is not the case. That is the privilege of having your own imagination. So what do you want to imagine for yourself?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what's so hard right now. I really don't know what I want. Right now, like, I want to just live the way I want to live.
It's so funny. You're like, I don't know what I want, but I want to live. You know exactly what you want. Don't tell yourself you don't know what you want. You want to live. So what does that look like in your imagination a year from now?
Yeah. Doing anything that I always have done.
Yeah. So why aren't you giving yourself the freedom to imagine that?
Because there's so many things that could be different.
There's so many thoughts that could be different. Same for me.
Yeah.
Same for all of us.
I think when I really think about like going through the questions in the workbook, one of the things that came up for me was I don't want to disappoint myself. So I'll take away opportunities so that I don't disappoint myself.
And you know what you're doing when you do that?
You're
You're disappointing yourself ahead of time. You're like, I don't want you to be disappointed, so be disappointed.
Yeah.
Truly, that's what we do. You can't even imagine your life living because you don't want to be disappointed if you're not living. Come on.
It is crazy.
It's not even logical. It's not even logical. Like, you think about it, like there's so many possibilities of things that could happen in our life that we could imagine, right? So many. You happen to be presented with one that's what? You're imagining not living.
Mm-hmm.
I could imagine that too, right?
Yep.
A lot of people that are 100% healthy imagine that, a lot.
Right.
But it's a choice. So think about this logically. If you think about what you just said, if you imagine yourself cancer-free and living your life and doing everything you ever wanted to do a year from now, what is the risk in imagining that? That won't happen?
I suppose. Yeah.
Right. So what do you end up imagining instead?
I don't know.
It not happening.
Right. Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? You end up imagining what you don't want happening.
Right.
And you tell yourself you're doing that because you don't want to disappoint yourself. But it's very disappointing thinking about not living, isn't it?
For sure.
Right. So our brain like tries to make sense of something so illogically. Now you can imagine living a year from now the exact way you've always lived before the cancer, and no one can tell you that you can't, and you can enjoy that. You can enjoy that feeling. And you can enjoy the thought, and you can enjoy the energy that it gives you, and enjoy the action that you're going to take preparing for your life a year from now.
Yep.
And listen, even if it doesn't come true, even if that's not the reality, the imagination part where you were feeling good until then is real.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what you do have power over right now. There's some things you don't have power over, but that you do. The ability to think and imagine anything you want.
Yes. I have to take this
Tell me what you want to imagine. Can I say it again?
I need to take the opportunity to thank you. Because I found your podcast in 2019, and I know for a fact that this would have been a very much harder situation. without having found you then. So thank you very much.
You are welcome.
I want to imagine myself in a limitless position. I want to see my body back to being able to do all the things that I used to do. I want to see my coaching practice thriving. I've been trying so hard, but then I drop off in my commitment. And
Yeah, I mean,
recently,
that's the human experience.
passion.
That's the human experience. Keep imagining, even if you drop up, come back to your dreams. All of you, keep coming back to your dreams and keep believing in what's possible. There's no risk to believing, even if you're wrong.
Right.
There's just no, the worst that can happen is disappointment. And disappointment is a feeling you create with your mind. So you can choose not to. I'm imagining you in a year, girl. It's so beautiful. It's so good. Let's go there together. Deal?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, where are we going? Here? All right.
Hi, Brooke. I'm Bertha. I was at the June training, and I was the one who spoke about having a brother who was the prince, and I was the servant. So what realization I have now is that I've been holding back in order to keep everything that I have, all the people that I have in my life. In other words, keeping my old life, but I want this amazing new life, right? So I scheduled a bunch of trips for 6 weeks from the beginning of October till right now. I scheduled a
Okay, wait. I need you. You have to get to the part where
yes.
you need coaching.
So the coach.
So let me just tell everyone. I don't need the whole story. I only need the thought that I need to coach you on.
Yeah. Okay. So the thought is, I want to take them with me, but it's so hard to convince all these people in my life to be like these people who think so differently, and I just stay back where they are.
Why do you want to take them with you?
Because I love them.
Okay, but you can go after your dreams and still love them. You don't have to take them with you.
When I talk to them, I feel so different and alone and separate.
Because you're not loving them?
No, I am loving them, but they look at me like, where did she get all these thoughts? I'm like, well, people like you, Brooke. Yeah, so I feel like there's a bigger and bigger gap as I go along, and friends that I've known for 10, 15 years or so, they're just like, oh.
Okay, so your most painful thought is, I want to take them with me.
Or if I pursue my dreams, I will lose the people I love.
Mm-hmm.
That's the painful thought.
What do you want to do about it?
Well, but here's what's happening. If I stay with them, I lose
No,
me.
you think that thought is true.
Yeah.
Dreams for love.
You see how you set that up for yourself?
True. And you know what?
I'm just being so giving and unselfish by loving my family instead of pursuing the dreams that are in my heart.
True. And you know what? There's a good story about this where my mother-in-law, I didn't know she didn't like me until I was getting divorced, and that was 20 years later. And I was like, what? My husband told me. I'm like, wait, how did that happen? Because I loved her the entire time.
Yeah.
And excused
Loving
whatever
people
she
against
did.
their will is underrated. I just love all of them.
Yeah, that worked for me.
Okay, so listen.
Okay.
This whole story, you got to drop it.
Drop the story.
Drop it.
Okay.
Okay. Done.
There's a
Just drop
void
it.
now. There's a void. How do we fill the void with a new thought?
There's a what?
There's a void.
There's not a void.
There's a vacuum.
There's not a vacuum.
Okay.
Have you noticed when we solve a problem, we want to create a new one really quick? There's no
Immediately.
problem. Now there's no problem. What are you going to do about your dreams?
Go for it.
Yes, that. Do that, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Oh, here? Can I come up there?
Sure. Come on. Are you having tremors? Oh, you want to ignore all of them?
Yeah.
Me too.
I want to talk about, like, self-sabotage and self-opposite a little bit. Is how I'm describing this.
Hold closer, they can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm ignoring you and shutting you out. Is that too loud? Because
No,
it
you're
sounds
good.
really loud to me. Okay. So when I did the future self exercise going through CCP, it was interesting. I realized I had a hard time getting there. And then I got there. I did some past self stuff and whatever, and I started to be like, oh, I can see it now. It was like hard to dream at first. And then I got the dream and I started to see it and feel it and living in that. And what's interesting that I'm noticing now, after having done this work for a little while, is when I'm there with my future self and when I'm living in that vision, it feels so real.
Mm-hmm.
It like almost feels more real than my life.
Yeah.
Which is weird. But it's awesome. It's like it feels so like right
Yeah.
and like authentic. I'm like, that's it.
Right.
Like it's like you just know it. And then when I am back in my life, that doesn't really quite feel like it's right. It's like I think there's two things that happen. One, it's like I feel like I'm on the mountaintop and I'm like, yeah, this is right. And then I'm like down here and I'm like, well, those stairs are fucking tall. Like type of thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'm starting to notice as when we did reinvention, we talked about like the vortex and how things like start to become real and it's weird.
Yes.
And what I want to talk about today is that's freaking me out.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like it feels like when I'm here, I can like fangirl and I'm like, oh my God, like it's Brooke and it's like Judith and all these people and Corinne and like that I like admire so much.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to admire all of you.
Yeah.
But when I start to have those experiences and live into like that vision for myself and my business and the people that I want to serve and like starting to like have impact.
Yeah.
People are starting to talk about me.
Yeah.
And it feels really weird and unsettling.
Yeah.
And I feel myself kind of like starting to back away and I like won't show up as much for a minute or something. And I don't think it's conscious, but like in my little Portland queer community and the people that I support, they're like, will take selfies with me and be like, I'm taking a selfie with a celebrity or, you know, and I'm just like, there's like a cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
Or will like say things like, oh, you know, about being an influencer or something. And I just like, it's like, what? And I feel like whatever that reaction is that I'm having, that like resistance, I feel like it's like holding me back.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really allowing myself to just, it's like I can do the future self exercise and I can live there and I can feel how real it is, but there's something about allowing myself to really embrace that and be it now that I feel like I'm getting stuck. Or stuck is not a good word, but I feel like I'm closing myself off to that somehow.
I know, but if you just didn't judge it like that, if you're just like, oh, this is part of the experience of becoming who I really am, and it's trying out a bunch of new things and having a bunch of new experiences that are a little bit uncomfortable, then it wouldn't be so serious. Like something we had to analyze and figure out. What if we just simplify it and make it just part of the journey?
Hold on, let me think about that for a second.
Let's analyze it.
Yeah. I was wondering about that too today. Like, as I was thinking about this, I was like coaching myself on it. And I'm like, am I making the fact that it's uncomfortable like a problem?
Yeah, you are. You really are.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. You start getting successful, you start making money, you think then it's going to be easy, but it's not. You still have a human brain. It's still like, no, this can't be right. Something wrong here. You should probably figure this out. Somebody wants to take a selfie with you. That can't be good.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I totally feel it's like I just get like.
That's normal. Strangers coming up to you on the street. Think you're a celebrity, think you're an influencer, want to take a picture with you.
Yeah.
What do you want to think about that? Seems right. Like, think about it. Like, if someone came up to you and wanted a selfie with you, what would you want to think? I'm closer than I thought. I'm almost to my future self. This is happening. This is exciting. Why does someone want to take a selfie with you?
Yeah, I think I don't know. What I'm wondering is if like I'm having.
No, just answer my question.
Why does somebody want to take a selfie with me?
Why are we analyzing everything? Why does someone want a selfie with you?
Why?
Don't pretend not to know.
I didn't say anything, though.
Don't pretend not to know why someone wants to have a selfie with you. Tell me the reason.
Because it's fun.
Yeah, but I mean, why? It's not fun to take selfies with anyone. It's fun to take a selfie with you. Why?
Maybe because they identify with something about me that.
Why does someone want to take a selfie with me?
Because you're awesome.
Because I'm awesome. Why does someone want to take a selfie with you?
Because I'm awesome.
Because you're awesome. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
you just have to drop this.
It's like I'm not letting myself believe it now. Like when I go to my future self, it's totally obvious, but it's like there's a cognitive dissonance for me when
But what if there's not cognitive dissonance? What if you stop making a problem here? What if it's just part of the process? Like you presented this whole problem in a very like constructive way. Pondering. We must consider deeply. But really what's happening is it's happening. It's happening. Right? So instead of being like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? I mean, I know why it's happening, but I better figure out why I feel this way. If you're just like, oh, this is part of the discomfort of being awesome.
Right. Yeah, I think that would be a really helpful thing. I was thinking about it like, I can't help it. No, it's why I like Brooke's work, because I'm like, ooh, I can analyze things.
Don't do that to yourself.
But well, one of the things that you said years ago on your podcast that changed my life was this idea that we're talking about today. Same thing, like that you can just drop a thought. And like you can stop saying things to yourself. And it's like I applied that way back there years ago on something that I don't recall now, but it felt important. And then it dawned on me recently that I could do it again. And when we did the reinvention, dropping the anxiety thing is what I did. And it has been like weird and surreal to be like, that actually like happened. Like it has been very strange. And it's like, now I'm kind of have been asking myself, like, could I just do that with all these things?
Yes.
Like, what about the unworthiness? Like that was, when I dropped the anxiety, what started to come up was the unworthiness that the anxiety was just masking.
This is what happens. As soon as there's a problem, another one comes up, another one comes up, another one comes up, right?
Yeah.
But don't tell yourself that this reality is more real than this. I think what you actually just told us is that your realities are merging and it feels uncomfortable.
Totally.
And that's it. Yeah. Don't think about it any further than that. Right. Don't try and be smart about it. Don't try and figure it out. Just be like, oh, this is what awesomeness feels like. And people want selfies. Okay? Deal? So good. You got it. Okay. Where am I heading? Here? Okay.
Oh my God. Can I come up?
Sure. This is so weird. I don't know what to do.
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so glad.
I love this work so much. And I've been trying to think about anything to get coached on.
Okay.
But I keep solving all my own problems because I listen to your podcast so much and I'm obsessed with the work. And so I thought I would just share what happened for me this morning.
Okay, sure, yeah.
So a little more than a year ago, I found your work. I worked with an amazing coach who was trained by you or your school. And I believed all these things at the time, that I was trapped in this loveless marriage and I had no choice and I couldn't take care of myself and I couldn't take care of my kids and I had nothing to offer the world. And then I decided to believe different things. And I got divorced and I went back to school and I am working and I started my own business. And
yay!
And then I came here to see you. I feel like in The Grinch when his heart is like, my heart is just like pounding out of my body. Sorry. I need water. So in the workshop this morning, the last question, do you believe you'll be successful? Truly, why or why not? I wrote a bunch of stuff and then I decided to just say, to kind of change the question and say, I believe that I am successful.
Yes, so good. Perfect. Feel the difference. That's actually such a great point. I will be successful. Feel that sentence. I am successful. Feel that one. Even with your goals, like I will make $100 million versus I am making $100 million. Feels so different. So good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's go.
Brett, can I come up?
Yes. I hate it when you guys tell jokes I can't hear. What happened? What did I miss? Hi.
I love you.
I love you.
You have transformed not only my marriage, but my life. I brought my husband, Jason, here.
Oh, hey.
But what I wanted to talk to you about was this idea of making $1 million, this dream.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm making offers. I'm going to start making more offers. But I have resistance to the idea of getting too big.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain starts to worry, like, is it going to, the business going to over control you? Is it going to, and I know, like, I'm always in control. Like, I know that, but I do feel that resistance, and I know it's a block.
It's not a block.
It's not a block.
No.
It's a worry.
No.
It's not, because I do want to have impact. I want to help people. I'm a physician coach, save lives, heal the healers. That's always been my vision. But I worry about
the
business part. No?
Like, notice how you're presenting, like, this is everything I want, but this. Why do you do that?
I see other colleagues like struggle with that part of the business, like the back part.
They're
of it.
human too.
I know, but it's like, do I want those big problems too? Like, I don't know, like, is that just part of the process? I will grow into that CEO.
You get to decide what your journey is going to be for you and what problems that you're going to want to face in order to become the woman that you want to become. But when you start presenting to yourself problems that you haven't even encountered yet, and you make it, like, even when you say this sentence, like, is my business going to overtake me? Businesses don't overtake people. They can't. Businesses really just sit there. Really. You are in charge of how you create and how you evolve into whatever life you want. And you say to me, I know that I'm always in control, but. Why the but?
Why the but? It just seems so true. Like, it just.
Thoughts that we think a lot and believe and say out loud a lot feel true. Doesn't make them true.
So what should I believe? Like, I'll always be in control, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Why do y'all pretend not to know what thoughts to think? Like, what should I think? This, and this? Yeah, that. Think that. You have to decide what thoughts to put on in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? And you're deciding to say, I'm going to worry about this, and I've seen other people do this, and other people struggle with this, and I'm probably going to worry about this, and I don't want, And listen, those are all going to be presented to you, but why are you giving them so much of your attention when you could just focus on all of the positive aspects of it? And I'm not telling you to, like, ignore genuine thoughts that you haven't processed before, but these are thoughts that you just keep recycling.
It's just there. Like, I'm trying to ignore it. And I'm taking action, but I feel it there still. And I don't want to. Like,
Okay, but what if you did want to? What if that was just part of it? And you didn't give them so much attention? Because sometimes you have a negative thought and you're like, oh, I better give this a lot of attention so it goes away. Instead of just letting it be there. Just being like, oh, there's my human brain again, doing human brain things, but I have work to do. Be careful not to, I think a lot of you, like, present your limitations like on a platter. You're like, what about this? Right? I have worry. I'm like, so? Right? Like, don't make it any more than it is.
So let it be there.
Yeah, especially if, like, when you're first starting this work, you have to understand the thoughts causing it, right? You have to go and you have to look in there and you have to do some work on it. And then once you've done the work on it, then you know that it's there. It's going to keep presenting itself. You don't have to keep giving it so much attention. And certainly don't let it be the reason why you don't pursue your dreams.
Yeah.
People say to me all the time, well, I'm afraid if I get rich, this, and this will happen. I'm like, okay, well, get rich and then we'll decide. Because if you're afraid that when you get rich, something terrible will happen, you can just give me your money and then you won't be rich anymore. I got you. Right? People are like, but I don't know. If I build a business and then I'm rich, it'll overtake me. Or you could just not do it anymore, if that were the case. That's how you know it's all just BS. Okay? So if your business starts to overtake you, you can decide at that point what you want to do. But don't not do it now because you're afraid that could happen someday because someone you're looking at and interpreting their life in a certain way, you're now applying to you. It's nonsense. Okay? Deal? Okay, perfect. All right. We got to move on, my friends. You guys ready to move on? You ready to create an offer for yourself? Okay, say I'm extraordinary.
I'm extraordinary.
I'm so extraordinary. Yes. Okay, I gotta find my clicker. Oh, here it is. All right. I'm ready for my slides to be back up. All right, here we go. So we are about to create an offer. Okay? You all need to make an offer to the world in exchange for the desire that you have. So pick one of the desires that you have, and we're going to go through. This is going to be very meta, because I am going to make my offer, that my most important offer of the world that I have, I'm going to offer it to you while I'm teaching you to make an offer. Okay? So watch me make my offer as I'm teaching you how to make an offer. Okay? Can you do that? It's like a two-sided thing that you're going to do. Okay. So I want to create value and contribution. Oh, here we go. We all have something unique to offer the world. Do you all believe this? Okay, 3 hands went up. Come on, y'all. Get it together. We need the graphics in the middle. And can someone come take the flip chart too, please? Who doesn't think they have something unique to offer the world? Some of y'all. Okay. A lot of your hands didn't go up when it like that. So I don't have anything unique to offer the world. It's just, yeah, that's, well, for them though. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's just a thought. I want you to consider trying on the idea that you do. And I want every single person in here to create an offer as we go through this, to think about what your offer could be. And watch your brain say, well, Brooke has that offer because whatever thing you're putting in there. Okay? And I want you to own that you have an offer as well. When you decide to live at the highest level, you create value and contribution that comes back to you in abundance. I want you to really think about this. You create value and contribution. I believe that the purpose of our lives is to add value to the world. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a business and offer value. You can offer value by just living your best life. That is a valuable thing to do, is to just show up as you at the highest level and be an example of that. So we need to learn how to create value. Okay, how do we create value for the world? Now, a lot of you are like, I don't know how to create value. But any of you that have a job, any of you that have a business, any of you that have a relationship, create value, right? Because there's an exchange there. You have to learn how to present your value. So you create it and then you present it to the world. You need to learn how to sell value. Who did I lose when I said that? Some of y'all don't like selling. But selling is amazing when you're selling something of value to the world. And we need to learn how to receive value. Who has a hard time with this? Yes. Receiving value. So, for example, if I offer something to you and you pay me for it, if I offer something to you in a relationship and I receive back from it, for some of us, we block that. Okay, we have to learn how to do all these components in terms of our offer. Value, oh wait, am I on the wrong slide? Did I skip one? Come on. What's happening? Okay, this is good. Value creates money. If I press that again, is that gonna? Shit. Okay, wait. Go back, go forward. I give up. Okay. Okay, we're going to go through these again because we obviously need to relearn this. And there we go. Value creates money. Okay, I want you to really get this. This is so important because we are not trained to think about money in this way. How are we trained to think about money? Time. It's limited. We think time creates money. We think we have to exchange our time for money. That is how all of us are taught in school. If you give a certain amount of time, you can get a certain amount of money. And that there's a limited amount of money in the world and everyone has to fight over it. Neither one of those things are true. In this society, the value that we create is what creates money in our life. I think this is so fantastic, especially for those of you that have a hard time receiving money. How many of you feel guilty about wanting to get rich? Yes. So it's because you think, oh gosh, I shouldn't get more than the other person. Except if you're creating more value, you will get more value back. I had this thought when I realized this. I was like, wait, so when I make $100 million in a year, that means that I would have created $100 million worth of value in a year. That's amazing to me. Do you want to be a person that creates $30,000 worth of value in a year for the world? Or do you want to be a person who makes more than that? Or less than that? Have you made that decision consciously? And when you think, well, I want to create a ton of value for the world, but I don't know if I can receive that value back. Because sometimes we think that receiving that value back somehow minimizes the value that we created. I think the opposite is true. You create value in your job when you get paid, and you get paid with money. So a lot of us, we think about, what is the value that I'm creating for my boss? And we think, oh, well, we can't get paid more because this job only pays this much. But if you create more value for your business, for your boss, for your company, you have the potential to make more money. You create value in your business, you get paid with money, and then you use your money to pay for more value for yourself. I want everyone to answer this question right now and write it down. How much money do you want to make? Have a number. People don't want to have a number. And I ask everyone this question. I get in so much trouble too. I was told you shouldn't ask people how much money they make. And you shouldn't lead with that question. But I do. I'm like, hi, I'm Brooke. How much money do you make? Like, it's so rude. Why is that a rude question? Does anyone know? Why? Because we were conditioned. We're not supposed to think or want money. I love the way you said that. You're not supposed to think or want money. Yeah. Yeah, but like, so if you're a good person, you don't want money? It might embarrass them. Yeah, or make them feel bad about themselves. Yeah, they tie their value to how much money they make. But think about it differently. Your value is not how much money you make. The value that you receive is how much value you created. So if we really thought about it that way, we would love to talk about how much value we've created in terms of getting the money back. What is the value that you want to create for that money? Okay, and this is for those of you who your offer is going to be for money. What is the value that you want to create? And the way that I like to think about it is not even, that I create $100 million worth of value and get $100 million back, but I create way more value because I completely over-deliver that I'm actually going to make. It's crazy powerful for me to think about it that way. Now, when you think about the money you want to make and the value you want to create, how do you need to think differently, act differently, and decide differently? This is the work we've been doing up to this point, right? What will you offer to the world? What are you willing to offer to the world? Now, I want to give some of you like a warning here. I don't want you to choose something that's smaller because you don't know how to receive value back, or you're afraid to receive value back, or you're afraid to be judged on the value that you receive back, or you think that the value that you offer will diminish if you get paid for it. I have a lot of coaches that come to me that want to do nonprofit work and they want to do service work, and I say, it's beautiful. I do a lot. My whole podcast is free. That is a labor of love. It's completely free. People have completely changed their life from the podcast. I don't charge any money for that. But if you really want to help people that don't have money get rich first, do the thing that generates the value and the money, and then once you have the money, you know how much easier it is for me to help people now? So much easier. So if you really want to help people that don't have money, make sure that the reason that you're doing that is not because you have a hard time receiving, because you will be able to help them so much more. So I just say you can do both of those, just do them in order. Create enough value. You can always have your stuff for free, and you should, but create enough value for people that can pay you for that value, that then you'll be able to help people, really help them by having the money that you need to support that. So I want to give you a couple of example offers that I've signed up for. Okay? This is the first one. You guys know Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels? I love Russell. He's one of my heroes. He's one of my teachers, one of my mentors, and he's my friend now. And I'm such a fangirl of him. His company, ClickFunnels, is actually sponsoring this event. And it's so amazing. ClickFunnels is the software program that creates funnels for you. It makes it so much easier. My very first funnels that I ever did, I made by myself with no help from anyone in ClickFunnels. They're like designed for you. You just fill in the form and you can start selling on them. It's amazing. So he asked me to speak. I've read all his books. I listen to all his podcasts. I study all of his marketing. I think he is a marketing genius. And he has such a good heart. And he's in it for the right reasons, that this is why I study him. So he asked me to speak at Funnel Hacking Live, which was amazing. And the reason he asked me to speak at Funnel Hacking Live was because I had gone to a mastermind with him. Alex and Leila Hormozi, who are my friends, took me to this mastermind, and Russell was there. And they were telling him about the model. And he said, hey, will you do the model on me in front of all these people? And I was like, yeah. And you know how the model gets personal really fast. And so I did a model on him in front of all these people on a very personal topic. And his mind was blown, which was amazing. And so then he asked me, hey, would you come to Funnel Hacking Live? Now remember, I told you it was 5,000 marketers. And he's like, will you come to Funnel Hacking Live and do models on people? I'm like, always, let's go. And so he had his event, he had his keynote, and then I came in right after that and taught people about frameworks and did models on people. It was life-changing. But I decided to stay for the whole event. And as I was sitting through the event, listening to all the speakers and taking all the notes and doing all the things, I felt like I had missed out on the connection of being around all these people that I was marketing with, that were thinking about marketing the way that I think about marketing. And so he offered his mastermind. He has 3 levels of his mastermind. And the top level of his mastermind, you have to be making $25 million to get into. And I'm like, that's a group I want to be part of. And so, but it costs $250,000. What in the actual? How do you even charge that with a straight face? That's like a house. I was like, seriously? And he's like, seriously. Like, what? And so I want to tell you how I approach signing up for things and investing in things. And the way that I thought about it is if I invest $250,000 in this, can I turn that into 2.5 million by what I learn in this group with all these people that are making $25 million? Russell's making $150 million. He understands marketing in a way that I don't. And so I didn't just decide to invest $250,000 in the mastermind, I decided to make $2.5 million because of the mastermind. And I will tell you, when I made the decision to sign up for this, it changed me. I am now a person who spends $250,000 on a mastermind. That is amazing. And you think about it like, and I can afford it. And it makes sense. And I know for sure that that will turn into $2.5 million for me. Now, think about how I'm going to show up to this mastermind. So immediately he gave me access to all, so there's masterminds underneath it where you make 10 million or you have to make $1 million. And we get all that included too. So we get all the classes that come with it, and then we also can attend those masterminds as well. And so I recently went to the $1 Million Mastermind, which was much bigger, and it was so powerful, so awesome. I learned so much, got so many ideas just from doing that, and I've been listening to all of his classes because I didn't just commit the 250, I have to make 2.5 million from that. So I have to get every single idea that I can. There's something so powerful in making an investment for me in something so expensive, so big to get a return. So after I did this, I kind of got used to it. So then Myron Golden, who is one of the most amazing speakers that I've ever seen speak, he's like mesmerizing. I love this man so much. And he had a VIP day. And so I asked Russell, I'm like, should I sign up for Myron's VIP day? He's like, yes. I didn't know how much it was. So I decided to sign up before I talked to Myron. And then I called him. We got on the phone, and he's like, yeah, you should. He's just totally casual, too. He's like, yeah, you should sign up for my VIP day. I'm like, I'm in. He's like, okay, you just need to like fill out this form. I'm like, okay. And then like, we just say goodbye. I'm like, by the way, how much is it? Straight face. Excuse me, $350,000. I said, what? This is one day? And he said, yes. All right, I'm getting a cough coming. Hang on. That's what I did when he said it. I was like choking. I'm like having post-trauma from it. So I might need to put a cough drop in. Hang on a sec. So I signed up for it. I spent the day with him. And here's the cool punchline. I've already made it back. The 350 that I invested with him, from what he told me, I already made it back. Insane, right? You can invest 350 for one day and make it right back in the same thing. So when I think about myself now this year and my investment in myself, in my own growth, it changes how I view myself. And so I want you to think about that for yourselves as well. I want to receive that value in my life so I can create more value and get even more money. So you have to think about, are you willing to bet on you? Are you willing to invest in you? The last time I talked about coach training, I coached a couple women on it that said, I don't believe I should invest in myself. I don't think it's fair that I invest in myself. And I like really went for that. Like, why are we taught that? Why do we believe that about ourselves? Does anyone know? Have you really thought about, like, why do we think we shouldn't invest in ourselves? It's okay to invest in other people, but not in ourselves, not in our own success. So here's what your offer needs. So think about this when you're thinking about your offer. It needs to be an honest contribution. What do I mean by honest? You have to believe it's true for you. And it actually needs to be true for the person borrowing it, the person receiving it, the person accepting it. They determine the value of it, not you. Value is determined by the person paying. You must know and understand them. I have so many people that come to me and they're like, I have this great thing that I want to offer the world, and it's so cool, and I spent so much time on it, so much energy, and I read so much about it, and I created it, and I've been, like, none of that matters. How valuable you think it is because of how much time you spent on it isn't important. What's important is, first of all, you have to believe in it, but you have to understand and know who you're offering it to and if they value it. And I think you must over-deliver. This is my opinion, but I will tell you, I think this is one of the things that differentiates me from all my bro marketers. I love y'all that I came up with, is I think they were a little bit too focused on the marketing sales part of it and not as focused on the over-deliver part of it. Okay? So when you think about how do I make sure someone gets more value than what they're paying? And I'm going to show you later after lunch how I decided, I had an offer that I decided what I was going to charge for it and then decided the value of it. So if I'm going to offer something for a certain amount of money, I want to make sure it's worth double, at least, to the person. I mean, think about Russell's offer to me for $250,000 that I can turn into $2.5 million. You have to be able to over-deliver. Create a framework that delivers a result. A framework is just a process. Think about this. It's a process that takes your client or the person that you're making the offer to from where they are to where they want to be. How are you going to help your client? And this is a very simple way to think about it. Think about the client where they are now and the client where you want them to end up, where they want to end up. You have to understand this about your client. Okay? And you have to let people know you can help them. This seems so obvious, right? But you can't have a valuable offer and then hide. So many of you have talked about, I'm afraid to show up. I'm afraid to be seen. I'm afraid to put myself out there. People are going to judge me. People are going to criticize me. You have to go out into the world and let people that you can help know you can help them through marketing and selling to them. It has to be a commitment. So let's workshop your offer together. Are you guys ready? Okay. What does it mean to you to have a life of contribution? Are you guys talking to me? What does it mean? Do you want to have a life where what you're doing is contributing? What value do you want to create for the world? These are just the questions we're going to consider. How will you over-deliver? And we're going to workshop this out after lunch, so don't worry. How will you help people achieve a result through your framework? Are you willing to show up and sell it? I'm curious, how many of you are willing to show up and sell it? So many of you aren't. Why? What? Fear? Okay. If you had something that you knew could help someone, and you didn't help them because you were afraid, think about that. Are you willing to go through the fear in order to serve the people? What will your legacy be if you do, and why does that matter? I want you to really think about that. If you get over your fear of showing up, of being judged, of making an offer and getting rejected, People are so afraid of someone telling them no. I don't want that. Right? But if you were willing to get over that, to be able to make your dreams come true, that is the work. What would your legacy be? And why does that matter to you? So my offer to you, this is my offer that I've created in the world. This is like my purpose, my love, my reason for being here, for being in the world, is truly this transformation that I offer. I call it life coach certification. It is a true transformation. So as I'm going through this, I want you to think about your offer and how your before and after is compared to mine, or in addition to mine maybe. So when I think about before you have my offer, this is kind of, remember I said that there's that before space, then there's the framework, and then there's the after. So most students feel this way before my coach training. They have a desire for more. They have unknown possibility and capacity within them. They have a lack of decision making, a lack of contribution action. They aren't giving what they have inside of them. A lack of true knowing of their own worthiness, and a sense of slight emptiness due to unused capacity. This is my list. These are my people when I find them before my certification program, before that transformation program. What is it for you and your client? What does their before look like? If it's weight loss, what is it that they're experiencing before? Really know that. The more you know this, the more you'll be able to communicate it to them. And then what is their experience after they've gone through the framework? They have a certification that they've earned, an ability to coach and help others, a power. They release power through powerful decision making, new possibilities created, new express capacity, more contribution, a clearly defined direction and purpose, more feelings of worthiness, growth, evolvement, lifelong skills for humanness. You guys know about humanness? Lifelong skills for humanness and motivation. Now, for some of you that are just creating your first offer, you may have to guess at some of the additional benefits they're going to get on the after piece. That's okay, because you want to make sure you set up your program to create these afters for them. What do you want to give them? Because this is what you are selling. People think they're selling a 3-part video series, 3 calls with me. But really what you're selling is the result that they will have in their life. It's very important to remember. Why does it matter? Why does your offer matter? You have to answer this question for yourself so you can convey it to your client. So for me, my offer matters to me because value creation for humanity and the involvement and growth for the human. That is why it matters. I believe as humans, it is our purpose to evolve the human race. And I have so much respect for all the humans that came before us, that evolved us to here. And I think we have a huge responsibility to continue that. But I think it's harder than ever. You know why? Because when you're in survival mode, the choice to evolve isn't really a choice. Like, we gotta go, or we're gonna die. But now the choice to evolve is much harder, right? Because we could just chill with good. Why do we need to go to great? Why do we need to go to that next level? We're pretty comfortable. So I think our work for evolving is so much more challenging because we're not being driven by survival. Now, some of you will say to me, but making offers is hard. Yes, she's like cheering. Yes. This is a thought that's not going to serve you. If you have something valuable to offer, it is your responsibility to offer it, in my opinion. If you have evolved yourself where you can offer something extraordinary to the world, it is your responsibility to offer it, not just an option. So these are the questions I ask myself when I create an offer. What is the value of true worthiness? Now, what is worthiness? Everyone's born, you all know this, right? Everyone's born 100% worthy. You can't take away or add to your own worthiness, but if you don't know that you're 100% worthy, you miss out on it. And so does the rest of the world. So what is the value? Answer these questions for yourself about your own offer. What is the value of living your purpose? What is the value of your offer? So one of the things that happened when I met with my husband is I told him about my certification program, and I told him what I charged for it. I told him that I charged $21,000 for it, and he was like legitimately mad at me, angry. I'm like, why are you mad? He's like, that's ridiculous. And I said, why? And he said, because you have to look at what you're charging for something and what the opportunity and the value is that you're giving. And you never want to undercharge for the value that you're giving. And so he told me, he's like, you have to charge a minimum of $35,000. And so I said, okay. And after he had just charged me $350K, I was like, okay, that seems small now. So then the question became, is it worth it for me to offer my opportunity for students to make $100K per year and pay $35K? And when I thought about it that way, I was like, oh my gosh, because it's not just $35K for $100K. Think about this. It's $35K for $100K for every year after. Right? Are you laughing at me walking? Every year after. So I remember when I first figured this out, I'm like, I want to make $1 million. And then I made $1 million in a year. I'm like, that was amazing. I want to make $1 million next year. But then next year started and I was at zero. I'm like, oh no, I have to do it all again. But I did, it was so much easier. And then I could just build on that. And so then when I thought about it this way, the way he explained it to me, I was like, oh, that actually is amazing. So I started thinking about this, because once you have a thought like that, you have to like build the evidence for it. And so I looked at all my 100K winners from the mastermind stage. And it was actually super funny when we were creating this. When I first started, there were 3 of us on the stage that were making 100K. And this mastermind that we just had was so like emotional for me to see all of these winners up there. And you can see that they all get little Tiffany boxes with kind of, what are they called? Not trophies, but like, what are they called? Plaques inside of them that show. And people are like building all of those up for themselves. And so one of the things that we hear so many of our coaches say to us is like, I'm going to be on stage next year. I'm going to get on stage next year. I want to get that 100K award. And here are the $1 million winners that were up on that stage. And this makes me like seriously so happy, because of all the people that told me that like it's unrealistic for me to tell people that they can make $1 million. And every year it just keeps growing and compounding. I feel like we're just warming up. And then when I made $10 million, they were like, yeah, but no one's going to do that. No one's going to follow that. And then these 2 rascals came for it, right? Now, to me, it's like so emotional, because both of these women, when I met them, were not making a lot of money, let's say. And you're going to hear from them both tomorrow. They're speakers that are going to speak tomorrow. They're amazing. But it's so powerful to think about, because I made my offer to the world, all of those people that you just saw completely changed their lives and all the clients that they helped. So when I think about like Corinne and all that, I mean, she's making tens of millions of dollars, which means she's creating tens of millions of value to all of those people. I feel like I had a small part in that. That's like the ripple effect, because I trained her how to be a coach and how to be an entrepreneur. And now she's teaching all of those people all of the secrets to losing weight. And Stacy teaches everyone else how to make money. So I feel like all the money all of us are making, plus their clients are making, are because of my offer. It just keeps compounding. So powerful. So what is the value of accessing your capacity? I have been living with this question. What is the value for me, for you, for me to help you access your capacity, your unused success, your unused capacity within you? You must create something incredibly valuable, and you must believe in the value when it comes to your offer. You must love selling it because the value is so high. You know how fun it is to sell something where the value is so high? I have another program called Self-Coaching Scholars. I love selling it. Like, if people don't buy it, I like legitimately feel sorry for them. It's real. I'm like, seriously? I coach people all the time where if someone doesn't buy something of theirs, they feel bad for themselves. I don't feel bad for that's not going to change my life at all if someone signs up for one of my programs. My life doesn't change at all. I still have this amazing life, but their life doesn't change. So I genuinely feel bad. I'm like, I need to get better at selling. I need to do a better job because this person's missing out on this opportunity. But I love selling because what I sell is such high value, and I love buying. Now, here's something I want to offer to all of you who want to create something of value and give it away. I want to suggest that you don't. I want to suggest that you sell the value. Does anyone know why? They'll value it more. What'd you say? We have to charge more? Bringing more money into the world and creating more money. I love it. They're invested. People who invest had to make a powerful decision. Me investing $250,000 into Russell's program was a very powerful decision for me. When I first started out, I invested $36,000 into Frank Kern's program. It literally took my breath away to do it. I did not have the money. I put it on a credit card. I was like, right? It was a powerful decision. And people who make powerful decisions release power into their life for transformation. I notice a huge difference when I give something away as a gift or when somebody pays for it. Because if they have to make a decision, it's not even about the money, it's not even about the amount of money, it's the decision to invest is what releases the power. And the power is what can push forward the transformation. I am not interested, and you shouldn't be either, by the way, in selling something for the sake of selling it. I want to sell something so the person will transform themselves and continue to transform the world. I have enough money. I'm done, really. Nobody needs more money than I have. We want more money, but we don't need more money. But what I am committed to is making as big of an impact in the world as I can. And by making sure that each person that buys something from me has a transformation, I can do that. So I want to ask you a question in this room. Who's already a coach in here? Raise your hand high. Yes. So everyone that has their hand up here, I made this offer. You don't have to keep them up. I made this offer to them. They accepted it, and they are now, they've transformed their lives and are now transforming other people's lives. That is the beauty, yes. This is so mind-bendy for me. I have people that come up to me, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you're Brooke Castillo. I coached with Bev. Bev changed my life completely. And I'm like, oh, or any of my coaches, they'll say. And I'm like, I've never met this person. This person's life is completely transformed. And we can trace it back to an offer that I made. There's so many people that lives are transformed because of the offers that I have made that I will never meet. I will never know what their transformation was. But I think about it all the time because I got over my fear, because I was willing to show up, because I was willing to make offers, because I was willing to be judged. You know, Bev's client's sister's friend now knows the model. So powerful. You want to sign up right now? Relax. You don't even know how much it is yet. Who wants to be a coach? Raise your hand. Who has thought in their heart that they want to be a coach? Who's afraid? Even if you're afraid to admit it, you can put your hand up. I'm not going to force you to do anything, I promise. I just want you to feel that. Amazing. Now, are you willing, those of you who raised your hand, are you willing to give up who you are for who you want to be? Let me see you, virtual people. Are you? They're like the double tap. Amazing. I love it. Yes. So I'm looking at y'all. Now, we're doing that pretty enthusiastically. Look at Eric up there looking so cute. Erica had to give up who she was in order to be who she wanted to be. She was an attorney. Now she works for me as my CEO. God bless her. Are you willing to make decisions you've never made before? Make decisions you've never made before. Release that power in the world. Here are some rules to remember when you're offering value. These are my rules, but I want to offer them to you. You have to love who you're selling to, and I mean love them. I love y'all. Against your will, too bad. Love, love, love all of you. I love you so much, I'm willing to make you offers. I love you so much, I'm willing to do all of this work that I'm doing to help you transform your lives. Do not sell to people you don't love. We always say you can't coach anyone you don't love. Don't ever sell to someone you don't love. And it should be easy to love them because you're offering them something amazing. You have to be committed to their transformation. There's a lot of people out there that are committed to their own sell. Right? I'm committed to selling this to you. But I'm not, and I'll tell some people not to buy. If they're not committed to their own transformation, I don't want them to buy. I don't want people in my program that don't want to transform. Here's a big one, and this is so important to remember when you are selling. It's not about you. People will say when they're selling, like, I don't want to ask them for money. That's not what you're doing. You're not just asking someone to give you money. You're asking someone to invest in themselves. That's a huge difference. Make sure you understand that difference. You have to learn how to receive and give value. You will not be able to sell if you're not willing to receive value. I've watched people do this that aren't willing to receive value. They're not willing to be paid. They're like, would you like to buy my offer? Or I'm making this offer. It's, $300,000 or whatever, $30,000. And then they don't even give the person a chance to reply. But I'll discount it to zero. Just today only. Right? Because they can't handle the tension. They can't handle the possibility of rejection. But I think even more importantly, they can't handle that someone would invest and then, like Corinne, making $15 million. Do you know how good I feel about that? Do you know how amazing that is? I'm so happy for her and for me. Rule 5, never sell hard. Who likes being sold hard? Like convincing hard, like you salesmen? Never. Except if the reason they aren't buying is because they don't believe in themselves. I had a client on the other day, and I was selling coach certification, and she came on and she's like, I just don't know if I should buy it. And I said, listen, if the reason you can't, or you genuinely don't think this is a career for you, that's one thing. But if the reason you're not buying is because you don't believe in yourself, you need to tell me. And she said, that's why I'm not buying. And I said, I'm going to sell you hard here. Let's go. And she was like crying. This is so crazy. I was like selling selling, let's go, you can go for. True story. Because I was willing to sell her on what? So here is the offer of life coach certification. You will have a transformation and at the end included. You will master the model. Now notice, for all of you who make offers, I want you to understand this is how we do it. What they're going to get, tell them why they're going to get it, why it benefits them. They will master the model so they can coach anyone on anything. Have you noticed there is no topic I can't coach someone on? No matter, I'm not worried about what someone's going to say at that microphone because I have the model. It handles everything. There's only 5 things in the world. It has all 5 in it. You'll master the tools I've created and used so you can take them deep. You will get customized one-on-one training so you can go at your own desired pace. You'll get feedback and honest assessment for true mastery so you will be good. You'll get 6 months worth of entrepreneurial training to make and love, value, and love money. If I can teach more people to love money, my work is done. You get 6 months worth of applied coach training, which includes recruiting help so you can go work for anyone that you want. Some people sign up for coach training because they want to build their own businesses. We have entrepreneurial training for them. Some of them want to work for someone else, so we help with the recruiting of them getting a job. You get lifetime access to the alumni site and benefits. You get 1 mastermind event per year. And you get the opportunity for 6, 7, and 8-figure Tiffany and Company awards, which it's kind of just a little side note. When we first started, there were like 4 of us on stage. I'm like, ooh, Tiffany awards are cool. Now it costs us a freaking fortune. Do you know how expensive Tiffany's is? But we can't ever get away from those little blue boxes. And you get full lifetime license of my material. You're able to use all the material that we teach you and that we give you, you're able to use it. So, you'll master the model, coach anyone on anything. You'll master the tools. So these are pictures of the curriculum books that you get. You get a curriculum book and a workbook. The workbook is full of worksheets that you can use with any client, anytime. Our training is all one-on-one. So you can go as fast or as slow as you want. If you're already a high-level coach, you can get coached at that level. If you're a brand new beginner, we can help you with that as well. You can decide. You get feedback and honest assessments for true mastery. We give honest feedback. You don't just sign up and we give you certification. You sign up and we say things like, no. Try again. Right? Because we have a conviction that you need to know how to hold space. That is the most important thing. If you can't love your client, if you can't be in a non-judgmental space with them, we can't send you out in the world with our certification. Our applied coach training is a 6-month training program that's included that takes you deeper into your coaching and also helps you if you want to work for someone else, one of our coaches or a large corporation. We've set you up for that. And you get lifetime access to our alumni site and benefits as long as you are an active certified coach. Okay, and we do monthly calls with all of our certified coaches, and then we do the mastermind. I love this picture. I had never seen this picture before. It's so great. Our mastermind is the event we do just like this every year just for coaches, and it's 2 days, and we have all the best speakers come up, and it's basically a huge party. And we only charge like $97 just to hold your spot, but otherwise, I mean, it's like a $2,500 event that is all included. And of course, you get the opportunity for that Tiffany box. It's amazing. Lifetime license of my material, which is huge. A lot of time, just as a side note too, I have so many people that tell me how to make money. I'm like, I'm doing good. Stop telling me how to make money. And so many of them are like, you should have them pay for that license every year. No, you pay for it once and you get to use it and you get all my new stuff. We just redid coach training. All my coaches, whether you took it 10 years ago or last year, you get it all. It's all included always. Oh wait, I want to go back to that one. Look at this jacket. You say, I want that? You just have to sign up for coach training and you can have it. Erica bought me this jacket. She bought our entire team this jacket, and it is so hard to buy me a present that I love and that I'm obsessed with, and this is one of them. And so I said to Erica, I'm like, do you think that we could have these jackets made for everyone who signs up for coach certification? And she said, I said, please. If you're already a coach, relax. I'm coming for you later. This is the investment for coach training. I decided, against legal advice, to offer it for one more time at $18K. The price is going up to $32 or $35K. We haven't decided next year, so this is the last time. Or you can do a payment plan of $3K for 7 months. Now, remember what I told you yesterday? A good offer, you have to be very clear. Oh, I need an order form to be able to show them. Where are they, Erica? The order forms, yeah. Are you trying to run that check up to me? Okay, thank you. Does everyone already have these? Are we going to hand these out? Okay, here are the directions. First of all, I have to tell you guys kind of a funny story. Side note, I'm sure this is not what you're supposed to do in a buyer's pitch, but I don't care. Selling pitch. I had this on my table, and I had a guy that I'm dating come over, and he said, can I have this? I'm like, I might be in love with this man. You wanted my order form. It's so great. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. You can fill this form out right here. I love that you already have your check written. That's hysterical to me. Like, okay. It's going to be okay. Did you fill the form out yet? Okay, will someone give her an order form? What is happening? Okay, so you fill out the form, or we did a cool thing on the back. If you take a picture right here of this, or how you guys know how to do that thing? QR code, okay. And Katie, are you telling all the virtual people? Okay. You can walk, don't do it yet. Don't walk yet. Okay, I'm going to tell you when to go. You can walk back to the enrollment forms, and you'll get your acknowledgement in your jacket. You'll get full access to the training experience before you leave. Tomorrow, we are going to have a party in the VIP lunchroom for everyone who signs up for this. Coaches, relax. I got you. See, this is the problem. The coaches are buyers. They've already signed up for certification. And I don't usually sell anything after certification, so when I do, they're like rabid. It's amazing. I love it. I got you. Okay? You're going to get connection to a success coach. You'll get connection to office hours. You get direct access to my team. You start learning right away. You'll get full access to the site. You will get the transformation. You will become a life coach, school life coach, and you will pursue your capacity for the rest of your life. Now, there are some of you who are like, I would really like to do this. But this is what's going on in your brain. I won't do it or follow through. I don't have time. I don't have money. I won't make the money back. I don't want to go into debt. This isn't for me. I'm scared to make a decision. I want to wait. I don't know. Please don't let it be that last one. Please don't live in the miserable maybe. Now listen, here's what I want to suggest. Don't make an excuse, make a decision. A decision of no is exactly as valid and important as a decision of yes. Just make sure you really like your reason and that it's a reason you want to live by. I have 2 pages of quotes that I will read aloud now. Did I pass one already? What is wrong with me today in these? There we go. Is that up there right? There we go. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Come on. So good. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. This one might be my favorite. Come on, Beyonce. I don't like to gamble, but if there's one thing I'm willing to bet on, it's myself. Woo! So good. I love Brene Brown. I want to be in the arena. I want to be brave with my life. And when we make the choice to dare greatly, we sign up to get our asses kicked. Please sign up to get your ass kicked. Come on. We can choose courage or we can choose comfort, but we can't have both, not at the same time. Okay, this one's so good too. Whatever you think the world is withholding from you, you are withholding from the world. Please do not withhold yourself from this world. And I will not let anyone scare me out of my Let's go, Nicki Minaj. Money. I don't know what happened there, Emily. I got you. Okay. The other thing I just want to say is I am admiring myself right now for the exact timing. Can you just exact timing for lunch of presenting all this, coaching all this, and making can I get a round of applause? Thank you. So funny. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to break for lunch. We're going to meet back here at 2 o'clock. If you want to sign up, and you know you do, for coach training, you can go back to those enrollment tables. We have plenty of time. They can answer any of the questions that you have. Otherwise, I will see you back here at 2, where we're going to get back to work. All right, you guys have a wonderful lunch.
Virtual friends, please do not go anywhere. As I promised, Brooke is on her way. We are going to give her a moment to get off the stage and come spend some time with you. She is going to do a Q&A with you. So we're going to take down all of your virtual hands so that everyone has no hands raised. And then if you actually have questions regarding anything that Brooke just taught this morning, this is the time to raise your hands. So as she said, we are going to come back at 2 Mountain Time, but we're going to spend our time with her that she is going to give us. And as we are waiting, I just want to reiterate to you that miserable maybe land is like no fun place to be. A yes, a no, that is clarity. And I weight both of those equally. You'll know whatever is your best decision, but like hanging out in that middle ground does not feel amazing. If you are a yes, you can go to coachtrainingnow.com. If you have questions, type coaching into the chat, please. We have a team of people that is on standby to answer all of your questions and help you get to that yes or no in the way that best serves you. Brooke may get to some of those questions as well. So again, type coaching if you want some time to speak to someone that can answer questions in more detail. Otherwise, you can go to coachtrainingnow.com if you are a full-on yes. And this is just such a fun moment. I think back to when I was making this decision to get certified, 2016, I think it was, and I had a coach at that time. My life was a train wreck. Husband didn't want to be married to me anymore. Career that I had had for 20 years no longer was fulfilling. I didn't know what to do. And my coach whispered into my ear, she said, "Do you know you can create your own future?" And I was like, wait, what do you mean I can create my own future? My whole world is falling apart. And she said, yes, you can create your own future one thought at a time. Fast forward, here I am working at the Life Coach School, training coaches. By the way, I'm also the person that hires all of the coaches and all of the instructors that teach for LCS. And every time I get to give someone a job, it makes me super emotional because I'm helping their dreams come true because then they get to coach someone else. So it would have been so easy to like try and put my falling apart life back together because that's what I knew. And yet taking that leap, getting divorced, changing careers, becoming a coach, raising my hand to come work at the Life Coach School 5 years ago. And now I get to offer people careers in coaching, working for us.
dream come true. Some days I'm like, Brooke, can I pay you for my job because I love it so much? So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because making that decision to become a coach has completely transformed my life and so many other lives as well. I think Brooke is maybe nearby, coming in the room. I'm going to give her this space right here.
What's happening? Woo! All right. How are you guys doing? Is everyone doing good? This is my chat. Let me see. Everyone's saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, let's talk about my offer. Let's talk about who's interested in coach certification. What questions do you have? How can I help you? Do you want me to coach you? What do y'all need? Why do I keep saying Ruth? Ruth keeps showing up. So good. Okay, I'm fearful of the course because I have prior commitments, somebody said. Okay. So you just have to decide, because prior commitments are real and time commitment is real for sure. But instead of thinking about, please coach me, Brooke, okay, raise your hand. How do we get a jacket too? You have to sign up for certification. If you're already a coach, relax. I got an offer for you later. Don't you worry. Somebody said, I don't understand what I actually get in the training. Okay, listen, here's the thing. I went over what you exactly get in the training, but if you have additional questions, we have tons of coaches standing by that you can ask really specific questions. And yes, we do have Jody to answer your question. Yes, we do, and you can talk to the coaches about that. Okay. What if we only have money for the first payment? I love that was in all caps. I can't answer that question for you. You have to answer that question for you. Can you do applied coaching as well as the entrepreneurship training? Yes, you get both. I love that you guys are like, certification's worth it. Do it. It's so good. All right, should we pull someone on to coach them? Yeah, let's go. Pull someone up. I can? What do I do? Are people raising their hands to be coached? Wait, hang on. Before you raise your hand. This session is for coaching people who want to become coaches. We're not going to coach on any other topic. Okay, now listen. If you raise your hand to be coached, don't raise your hand if you don't have any money to pay for it. Okay? Because we're not going to be able to solve that here in 10 minutes. Okay? This is for coaching people who have the money, they have the time, but they need to ask me questions. They need to see if it's a good fit. And I promise I will be honest with you. I promise I'll tell you if it's a good fit. Okay, how do I show my hand? There's a way to raise your hand. In reactions, is that how you do it? Hit reactions and then raise your hand. Okay. Carol, come on. Let's bring them up. You guys look good. I am so proud of you virtuals, how engaged you have been. It's been amazing. Oh, that's a good question. What is the time commitment? The time commitment is completely up to you. We've had people go through, what's the shortest time it's taken someone to get through it? A month. We've had someone get through the entire training and get certified in a month. That's insane. Okay. What am I drinking? Just a little vodka cranberry. Yes, Tracy, get with a coach and ask that question there. Okay. Hi. What's her name, Carol? Oh, Chantel. Let's go, Chantel. Unmute yourself, Chantel.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm very scared because I have the money on my account. And I'm scared to put it there.
Yeah.
Because if I put all that money down, I don't have any more money. If something arrives to me in life, and I'm a mother who raises her kids alone, and it's all the money I couldn't put away if something happens to me in life, if my cars break down, anything.
Yeah. I hear you.
If
so
I
why
put
are
it
you
on the
considering? Wait. Listen.
Yeah.
Why are you considering doing it then?
Because I want to live my dreams. And I'm sure I can transform other people's lives too.
Are you sure that you can make money?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, if you were sure that you could make money, more money than the investment, you wouldn't be as afraid, yeah?
Yeah.
I want you to think about all of you who are scared. Listen, it's normal to be scared. You're doing something, this is a big decision. You're literally going all in on you.
Yeah, all of it.
The only thing that makes the fear less is the thought you're thinking. So if you truly believed that you would make 100K, 200K, 50K, or even just the money back, you wouldn't be as afraid. So there's a part of you that's doubting whether you can do that.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You just have to decide which one you want to be your reason. Because you want to make a decision, yes or no, and you just want to make sure you like your reason. This is a decision you have to make for you.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yes. And I want to believe in myself.
Yeah.
I want to believe in
It's harder than it looks, y'all. It's harder than it looks. Yeah. Believing in yourself takes so
my
much
ability
courage.
to make the money and help other people.
Yes. So this is for each one of you. If you commit to join this training, you're not just committing to signing up for the training. You're not just committing to going through the training. You're committing to the ultimate result that you want. That is a big, powerful decision that you're making. I, of course, want to encourage you to make that decision, but it has to be yours. You have to own it for yourself, even if it's scary. And if you make the decision not to do it, you just want to make sure that the reason is the reason you want to live by.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right,
thank
my friend.
you very much.
Thank you
Brooke.
for your courage. Thank you for sharing. Okay, who's next?
Thank you.
Listen to me. I'm reading the chat right now. You do not want to wait. If you have the money now, this is the time to sign up for coach training. Do not wait till next year. It's going to be much more money. Hi.
Hi.
What's her name? Ashley.
Hi.
Tell me everything, Ashley. Hi.
I love you.
Well, I love you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So I have this dream. I've had it for years and years. I can't tell you how much money I've spent not going to the life coach school. More than I would have spent if I had just gone.
That's amazing.
I've invested so
Come on,
much
girl.
more there.
Come on, girl.
I know. Well, okay, so I want to be a motivational speaker, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I want to do. And I guess I have it in my head that I have to be a coach, right? So that I have something to offer when I'm up on stage talking to people. And
I mean, you don't have to be a coach. Wait. You don't have to be a coach to be a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
But you want to be a coach.
I don't know if I want to be a coach. I'm not the best listener.
I will tell you though, you do not have to be a coach to be a motivational speaker, but I will tell you that I've watched a lot of motivational speakers, and I am, I guess, a motivational speaker this year is what I've been doing, and being a coach will make you so much better at it. And it doesn't mean you don't have to, as a motivational speaker, you don't have to have coaching to sell, and you don't have to do one-on-one coaching, but the transformation that you will do and the content that you will be able to create as a motivational speaker, having these tools is like nobody will ever be able to compete with you. That's how I feel. I feel like on stage, because I have these tools, because I can handle any situation from the audience, I can handle any situation in any speaking environment, I'm able to slay. I have done very well this year, and that's not even my profession. So if the question you're asking is, will it help you become a motivational speaker? 100% yes. Do you have to be a coach to be one? No.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Who's next? Okay, listen, so many people, I think it's so funny what she said. I've spent so much money not going to the life coach school. Listen, don't go to other coach certifications because you always come back. I have so many people that go to ones that they think are less expensive and they always come back and you end up having to pay for both. Don't do that. Hi.
Hi. I said, this is it. I think I'm signing up. I already have an appointment with one of your coaches on Monday to discuss. Do I still get the jacket if I wait till Monday? Because it's the $18,000 jacket I apparently want. I'm kidding, but.
You don't have to wait till Monday. If you have a previous appointment set up with one of the coaches, you don't have to wait until Monday because I do want you to be able to get the opportunities that are being offered here and how we're over delivering. So you can schedule with one of our coaches that we have here now.
So Brooke,
how do they do that?
I did self-coaching scholars a few years ago and you changed my life. I decided to stay committed to my career that was paying well, get my kids in school. I'm retiring December 31st and I'm starting your coaching program and I'm so thrilled. I just want to do for others what you've done for me. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you need to talk to a coach, but I am a coach. So is there anything I can do to help you?
No, I
or is it something you need to discuss privately?
Yeah. No, it was just timing. Like the 6 months, it's good for 6 months, but you can take a year. And my brain kind of just wanted to wrap around the timing of how it works.
Okay. Yeah. So I highly recommend that you take this offer this weekend and you don't wait until Monday.
Okay.
Type coach in the chat to speak to someone.
Okay. Thank you.
See all these people that are giving you direction. You're welcome. Who's next? Jules.
Well,
a lot of people are putting coach in the chat.
Talking about how much
Put
they
coach
love
in the
you.
chat, not coaching. Coach.
Oh.
Hi. Jules,
Hi.
sorry.
You're fine. Everyone's talking about how much they love you, and I'm feeling a little frustrated with you.
You don't love me?
Yeah,
Jules.
not right now. Because
are you mad at me?
I'm mad at you. Yes, I'm mad at you because Okay. Well, first of all, I did waste money on a different coach certification. So that was my bad.
And that's my fault.
Responsibility. I take responsibility for that one. But you
Okay.
I feel like I'm like, do I want to do coaching? That's where I'm at right now. Do I even want to do that? Because now, after the last couple of days, my dreams have gotten completely out of hand.
I love that you're mad at me about this. If someone's going to be mad at me, I want them to be mad at me because their dreams are out of hand. That's amazing.
I am. So that's where I'm at. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this
Let me
anymore
just
because now
ask
I
you
have
this. This is a
all these
real
wise
question.
ideas.
Okay. Jules, this is a real question.
Okay.
So, is it easier to be mad at me than it is for you to be feeling what you're feeling about all your big dreams?
Yes, I'm terrified of the
Yeah.
fact that now I have to go fucking reach my dreams.
Yeah. So don't waste time being mad at me. Put all that energy into achieving all those dreams that you have.
But I like it here. It feels
I know, but
warm and cozy.
liking. I know. I get it, girl. I keep trying to go back in the cave. I keep trying it. But listen, this is all part of the process. There is a reason why each of you on here have shown up today. There's a reason why each of you are experiencing. There's some kind of call that you're wanting to answer. But most people don't answer it because they want to stay warm and cozy. But I decided a long time that's not what I want on my tombstone, warm and cozy. Girl, listen to me. All those dreams you have, all of them can come true. All of them. You have this. You're so much better than warm and cozy, Jules.
Yeah.
Don't waste time being mad at me. You should love me too. It feels better.
Well, I do love you, actually. You just kind of flipped my world up a little bit. So.
Okay. That's my job. That's
I
my
know,
job. You're
you
welcome.
did a great job. Thank you.
Okay, good. Girl, go get your dreams right now. Do them.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Okay. Mwah. 2 or 3 more? Okay. Hi. Joanne.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. So I am already a coach from your program, but I don't want to miss the opportunity to be here and talk with you. I know that this was for that because I'm sure you're going to offer master coaching or some mastermind and something that I am definitely going to consider. But I have, what I've realized in going through this is, so you know that person who said, my husband made all the money. So I had that thought and then now I'm divorced. So it's like, it feels double bad because part of me feels like I missed my opportunity. I'm one of your physician coaches, like this huge group of doctors that you're.
Okay, wait. Joanne, I'm only coaching on certification. Are you wanting me to coach you on something else?
Oh, I didn't want to miss the opportunity here to talk with you and.
But this isn't that opportunity though. You can get an opportunity. We have a couple more days. So if you want to be coached on that, I would like to coach you on that. Just raise your hand and maybe you guys could like mark her and I can coach her on this in the big room. Because I want to make sure if I'm coaching you on just a regular topic, everyone can hear. Okay? Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, just keep track of her. Okay, who's next?
Hi,
Rashawn.
Brooke, can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember me. You coached me and get coached on day 5 on Friday. And I told you were the OG. I hope you remember me now. I'm so excited to be given this opportunity. I am excited to join the coaching program. I don't have the money at the moment, but I will find the money. I will do anything and I will find the money and I want to do your coaching program. And you coached me actually last in the coaching program and I was talking to you about procrastination. It wasn't actually the procrastination. I started investing in myself through your model and I realized it was my job. I don't want to do it anymore. It was I was blaming it on procrastination, but it wasn't the procrastination. And I want to do life coaching.
Rashawn.
Yes. Yes, my question. I'm getting to it. Yes, I'm getting to it.
But is it about is it about certification?
Certification, yes. So I want to coach people on generational trauma. And is that something that the model will be able to help me in the coaching? Like, is a spiritual coach better for me?
That's actually a good question. That's actually a good question. And the question is maybe. When you're dealing with trauma with a client that comes to you with trauma that has been unprocessed and they haven't worked through the trauma, no, I do not recommend. And we teach all of this through the certification program, what is appropriate. We have a whole panel of therapists who talk about what is appropriate for coach training and what isn't. And they will help you direct. So a client that hasn't dealt with their trauma, like in therapy before or something like that, we want them to go to therapists first and then come and then we can coach them. Okay?
Got it. Thank you very much.
It's a good niche, but you want to make sure that you're coordinating with the therapist. Okay. One more? Okay. One more. Thank you. Are they not seeing my face? Oh, got it. Hi. Lisa just signed up. Let's go, Lisa. Oh my gosh. I didn't even mention this in my offer.